opportunity that we can't pass on.
No mai, haere mai, welcome to Papioia in the mighty Manawatu for this Pool A clash. We have Wellington East Girls versus Rangiora High School. This is Ryan Doubledam alongside Toby Fleming. How are you going today, Toby?
I'm doing well. Tēnā rā tātou e te iwi. Tino hikaka hau I tēnei wā, kia kite I tēnei kēmu hikaka rau atu hoki. I'm doing well, but I'm also very excited to see how this matchup plays out. We've got two very closely matched teams. Rangiora High School coming in off a win over Marukura, and Wellington East Girls coming in with a win over Carmel. So both these teams carrying some momentum into this one. Engari, ko te mea nui, mā wai e mau te iru mā wai. E paotorea kia toa I tēnei kēmu. Who's going to carry their lessons through from their early matches? Who's going to strike and win this game? Nō reira, kia titero tātou ki ngā kai tākaro o ngā tima e rua. Let's have a look at the two lineups. We've got Wellington East lining up with Vera Schmidt, Zaira Aiomata Suafa, ngā wai e rua, Campbell, Amokura Waiterepini, Lan Masoon, Ava Yee, Aston Toma, Brooke Walker, Aisha Young and Ashley Tawhara, with their coach Salo Taufare and their assistant coach Ed Zedo.
And from Rangiora High School in Canterbury, we have Hadley James, Ellie Parrish, Grace Tull, Kyra Leatham, Emish Sincock, Hannah Lawler, Pippa Nuichi, Tessa Duncan, Eve Cowan, Harper McDonald, coached by Holly Parrish. Both these teams, this is their first game today. They had only one game each yesterday. As mentioned before, both coming off wins. So both teams will be looking forward to trying to secure the next victory and setting themselves up to get out of their pool as crossover day slowly approaches on Thursday.
Ara, kare kore ka tino hikaka e nei tima e rua kia tākaro kua noho wahangu rāua rātau katoa I tēnei ata. Kare kore e taturi ana mā tēnei wā katai e rātau e uru atu ki te kōti. No doubt both these teams plenty excited to get into it. You can imagine after a long morning of probably sitting back at an Airbnb or on the motel on the couch, getting ready to play, all of that preparation, all that excitement, they'll just be ready to get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, only 20 teams for the girls this year, so they do have a little bit of an extra break, but it's not always a bad thing. Should hopefully result in some higher quality basketball.
Aira, tērā pēr, ko tētahi rerekētanga kei Wainganui I nei tima. Ahua tata ake te kēmu o Rangiora ina nahi. Perhaps a slight difference here. Rangiora coming off a much tighter win against Marukura, 55-52, as opposed to Wellington East Girls, who were relatively comfortable over Carmel at 83-45. Perhaps a little more confidence for this Wellington team coming into this game.
Yeah, look, a much bigger win for Wellington East, and they should take some confidence out of it, and we'll see if these style of plays match up nicely, or will it be a bit of an arm wrestle of who is able to establish their own style of play against their opponent today.
As we see, te tima mai a Rangiora, e ngana ana katoa I o tātou favour, looking to come over and win our favour. Some fist bumps at the start of the game. No bias in this one on my part. Te tangata ahau no Tāmaki Makaurau no reira. Kāre au, e tītaha ki tētai taha. I'm an Aucklander, so Wellington and Canterbury, two regions that I will have zero bias towards. I can confirm for you guys, I'll be on the fence for this one.
All right, we're ready to go here, court 4, Arena Manawatu. Rangiora controlling the tip.
Mā takitaki ahau I tētahi kēmu mai te tima tāne no Rangiora ina nahi. Pētai āhuatanga o tā rātou kēmu tingo hikaka ki te tuku I ngā kuruwhiti toru mai I tā wāhi. I watched the game from the Rangiora boys team yesterday, I should say. One aspect of their game, not sure how it will translate into this one, but they were plenty keen to put up those threes and shoot from range. Be interesting to see whether that aspect is something that comes from the school program as a whole.
Yeah, as we see the first turnover by Rangiora leading to the first basket. Ava Lee commits the transition two-pointer to take the first lead of the ball game. Korowhiwhi Toru off the front of the tapa by Grace Tull.
Tā whakautu, asking you shall receive.
Ava Lee back to back, again off the front of the tapa.
Rangiora, kōkiri ana ki taua taha maui, kiti ana kei Wainganui anō.
Nice step through. Extra position, the offensive tūrapa. As no reset.
Ohipa paitera mai te namarua o Rangiora Kyra Lethan. Lovely little dummy there from Lethan driving in towards the hoop. Looks like we're going to expect a lot more of that from her over the course of the game.
Nice baseline outplay there by Rangiora. Ends up with the Korowhiwhi Toru, which is long this time off the tapa.
Wellington East I a rātau e whakawhiti ana. Ahakoa kia Rangiora te nuinga o te poro I ēnei miniti timatanga. Hei a Wellington East ngā piro as we see. Rangiora the majority of the ball so far, but Wellington East doing so well in transition to convert into points.
Yeah, Aisha Young in the previous position, right down the lane, near uncontested until at the rim, and she makes the layup to go. This time we've got Vera Schmidt to the left hand. She leaves that one short. Defensive to up by Rangiora.
Ka whakawā ana I ana ko whiringa, just weighing up her options there. And it helps to go out to the right too, number 14, Harper McDonald.
First hara committed. This will be on Ava Lee. There's the motion offense from Rangiora. Puts a bit of pressure on Wellington East.
Once again we see Kyra Lethan, te nama tuarua mai I Rangiora, e kaha whakamahi ana I tōna tinana hei whakararu I ngā kaiarai. Making good use of her body there, driving in towards the hoop. You can see early on she's going to bring some serious physicality to this game.
Tull surveying up top. Nice read. McDonald to the left, but another hara committed this time. Aisha Young, number 12.
Whamaka whiwhi I tēnei wā. Tātou ki tāne te replay. See, doing well to get herself into a position where really Wellington East had no choice. Beautifully done.
First Korowhiwhi, sorry, Korototoku, made by Harper McDonald.
Kia rā pia he paku akoranga mā koutou e mā takitaki ana. E rua ngā kupu mo te free throws near key. Two kupu you can use for free throws, the makawhiwhi and the kurutotuku. Why use one when you can have both?
Ava Lee up top, surveying. Nice downhill drive. Campbell.
Very clinical from this Wellington East team. Early, ahakoa kua poto te wā, kua mau rātau I te poro. Vivi ana rātau I ngā piro kātoa mai I aua āheinga. Although they've only had a little bit of time on the ball in these first few minutes, every opportunity they get, they are gaining some points.
They certainly look to be the more aggressive team with almost all their shots outside of the Korowhiwhi Toru attempt from Young, ending up in the paint and around the hoop. It's resulted in 6 points in the first 3 minutes. As they get back into their work here. Schmidt out top. The better defense there by Rangiora, stopping the penetration.
Te Korowhiwhi Toru. Ahua rawa I taua wā, engari. E ngana pai tērā nā te nama waru. Ava Yee looking to go for it there.
The steal by Young. Little step through, but hits the bottom of the tapa. As this game really speeds up a bit here.
Tino tere te timatanga o tēnei kēmu pare kore te hua tera o ngā ata o ēnei tima, no doubt. one of the products of these teams both having quite quiet mornings is all of that energy they've built up over the course of the day, just coming in and, as you say, playing some really fast basketball to get us off the start.
And that'll be Wellington East's third team foul, so quickly heading towards that bonus situation for Rangiora. The Kora tau tuku made by Kyra Lethem. All of Rangiora's points coming from the free throw line.
Kahamatau I taua wā no reira I naia nei. E Wellington East me te he rātau e whakamahi I tēnei mauporo. Te kuru whiwhi toru. Ko ngā kura e rua. Tino hikaka ki te tuku I aua kuru whiwhi toru. Both schools keen to put those threes up.
Bit of backcourt pressure by Wellington East to see if they can force some turnovers. Rangiora now in their motion. Much better penetration this time. Schmidt in the corner.
Ahai pai tērā nā te nama te kau mā whāhapa. McDonald with the steal there. So quick to get into transition. We see number 10, Ali Parrish, feeds it out to the left-hand side. And who else but Ava Yi o Takawaroha. Kāre te rei te Ava Yi ko Kyra Lethem tērā. E toa ana I te hara anō.
This hara committed by Penny, and now that will be the fourth. So Rangiora, third trip to the free throw line, and they'll be shooting free throws on every foul for the rest of this quarter. As Lethem looks to make them pay.
Ara, I ki te taua, ne taua āhuatanga I tētahi o ngā kēmu ina nahi, ko te toko maha o ngā hara, ko haratia e tētahi o ngā timo. We saw that aspect in one of the games yesterday, just the foul count sometimes tending to get away on these teams. When you're a little bit younger, a little less experienced, you can tend to step outside the lines a little bit more and it can hurt you.
Yeah, absolutely. The game that we did yesterday afternoon had plenty of foul, which really hurt both teams in the end. As Kura Whiwhi Turu attempt number 4 for Wellington East and yet to make one.
Engari ka ngana tonu, ko te āhua nei e kore e nei rangatahi e tuohu. Yep, yet have one drop, but it looks like these girls are not going to give up and they're going to keep sending them.
Yeah, I guess that's... We've seen almost 5 minutes of basketball here, and Wellington East certainly look very aggressive, looking to push it in transition and some quick shots, and that's their style of play as they commit their 5th hara. This time it will be on Milan Masan.
Ara he hua tērā o te paumaatanga. Aha kua kei rātou he ono ngā piro kua mau a Rangiora I te poro mo te nuingo I nei minutes I timatanga. I think that's just a product of the pressure that Rangiora have been putting on them in the opening minutes. Although Wellington are leading by 6-4, Rangiora have definitely had most of the possession.
Yeah, Rangiora will be a bit disappointed in their free throw shooting percentage, as they've probably had 10-odd shots from the charity stripe now, and they've only converted 4, so they'll be looking to increase that shooting percentage as the game goes on. Young flips it up, grabs her own rebound. Kura Whiwhi Toru, long.
Hara I tēnei wā. Ia tētai tāpu I uru ana ki te kēmu mai I te pai o Rangiora. I te nama, te kaumā iwa tērā Tessa Duncan coming into the game for Rangiora. Looks like it will be number 7, Hannah Lawler making way.
Got a baseline out here for Wellington East. They're set up in a diamond set. Nice read by Campbell as Schmidt misses everything on that Kura Whiwhi Turu attempt. But right back into a defensive stance as Rangiora try to get into their work.
Aira, ko ara tētai āhuatanga pai o tēnei tima mai a pōneke ko te tere o a rātou whakawhiti mai te whakaeke ki te ārai. Something we've seen from this Wellington East girls team. So quick to transition from offense to defense. Part of the reason that Rangiora, despite all the possession, is still only on 4 points because of how quick that transition is happening.
Just hit a shot clock issue there. We remain Rangiora ball 6 seconds down to 4 here. Get a shot up.
Arohe kuriti rei ngari kao.
And some stingy Wellington East defence forcing a shot clock violation.
Some hype coming in from the court in front of us as well. Looks like St. Kent's getting an early advantage there. You see here, tāpuia no mai te pai o Rangiora, the nama te kaumārua, Grace Tull, waiting to make her mark on this game.
Kura Fifi Toru. Aisha Young finally gets one to go for Wellington East. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come.
We felt it was coming.
Rangiora, second chance at the offensive two-dopper. Schmidt, turnover. We've got Parrish downhill. Straight into the defense, and Young, that'll be her second personal foul, and another trip to the free throw line for Rangiora as we see the replay, and Young definitely out of position, moving, turning her body. It's an easy call for our team in grey today.
Aira, ko ki te ke tātou, e tino whakahirehira a Young, ki tōna tima, e tuana mehe pau. I a rātau e whakaeke ana, I a rātau e ārai ana hoki, as we can see already. Young has a bit of a pillar for her team on both offense and D. You see just how important she is to decide. We're playing a central role on both ends of the court.
Coach is risking her leaving out there with 2 points. A long way to go in this game. Nifty drive by Masan, but misses a layup.
I guess that is the balance you have to strike. How much you can use your star players, but also how you protect them. He roa tēnei wiki no reira e roa ngā mea o ngā hara ko te whakapaukaha hoki. It's a long week, fouls, fatigue can start to stack up, and so you need to try and ride that line of wanting to get your stars on the court, but as you say, also protecting them.
Yeah, some coaches have a high trust of certain players, knowing that they won't foul, and others like, well, can't risk you having on the court. So I'm sure Coach Tufale knows his players well, and that he can leave them out there with 2 fouls, knowing that they won't get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. As
Te kuru whiwhi toru.
long off the tapa.
Te tāpui anō kei te haere mā Rangiora ko te nama te kaumātahi Emma Simcock coming into this game soon. As we see the tāhai me te kuru whakau mā Young.
Timeout, Rangiora. Scrappy start here from both teams. However, if we look at the scoreboard, it's low scoring, but all of the points for Rangiora been at the free throw line. They've missed, I'm guessing, around 8 free throws, which you'd hope they've shoot at least 50 to 60%, if not more, from the free throw line. But something that Wellington East can take solace in is that, hey, there's almost been 8 minutes of gameplay. They haven't got a field goal yet.
Aira, kare kore ka harikoa ngā kaiako o Wellington East. Nā te mea, ia koe e koro ana kei a Rangiora te nungo te poro i enei minutes timatanga a ko tērā ko Wellington East e toa ana mā te whitu. That'll be something that no doubt the Wellington East coaches will be very happy with. As you say, majority of the possession with Rangiora for these opening minutes. Despite that, they have not been allowed to get anything other than from the free throw line. Probably a great sign that of the Wellington East defense in terms of how well they're shutting down those attacking options. As we see the Perry, the platypus crew for Rangiora loves to see the parents getting in and coordinating. Well, not quite sure what the reason is behind the dress, but it looks like they're having a good time.
Perhaps Rangiora's the animal of Rangiora High School. Sorry, the platypus is the animal of Rangiora High School.
Tērā pēr, whakaro pai tērā.
Which would be unusual because not many high schools in New Zealand associate themselves with animals like you would see at probably an American high school.
Aira, aira. Engari, kia rere ke, kia whai koe i o mea motuhake. You've got to find a way to be different. As a grammar man, I would say, in a rather biased manner, that the grammar lion is fairly iconic in its own right, but hei aha tērā.
Post this timeout, we see Wellington College dropping into a pretty passive 2-3 zone. We'll see what kind of shooting ability Rangiora has to make them pay for being in a passive defense.
Kore kore he whakautu tērā ki ngā mahi I mua I taua wā heki ki te kaiako o Wellington East I te ua mā ngā kaitako o Rangiora ki te whai au a kuru mai I wako. No doubt that will be a response from the Wellington East coaching staff. As you say, seeing how much struggle that Rangiora have had shooting in open play and probably just trying to allow them to work themselves into their own issues.
Yeah, so sometimes people drop it, will go to a zone if they can't shoot, or in this case with Wellington East Girls, sorry, foul trouble. So mitigate that they've been in the bonus for a few minutes now and perhaps racking up some of these personal fouls that they don't want to get in deeper foul trouble. Nonetheless, we saw the first field goal by Sincock for Rangiora High School as Young converts both of her kororo tautokus.
MāORI noa mai te raina makawhiwhi. 9-8 Rangiora. Piti ana mai te ārai ki te whakaeke. Te kuru whiwhi toru. Hapa I taua wā, engari kia Wellington I 9-8. Te kuru whakau, MāORI noa.
Transition basketball, you take a long shot, we get a long rebound, and it's easy for the offense to leak out. As Wellington East up the pressure. Young doing all the work for Wellington East.
Absolutely dominant in these opening plays as we see e rua ngā tāpui mai, e toru ngā tāpui mai te pai o Rangiora, te nama rua te kaumā whā me te nama whitu. We see Rangiora perhaps just feeling Wellington starting to grasp a bit of momentum here and looking for a way to snuff that out.
First kororo tautoku ready to go is Ava Schmidt about to check in, but she must be on the tutor if she's not already checked in.
Ko Young, e are ana ki te tahe, ohore te rakia hau. Surprised to see Young taking a seat.
Yeah, she's been the catalyst on offense for Wellington East so far. She hit the korowhiwhi toru as well as a lot of kororo tautokus, so her personal point tally must be pretty high. Another forced turnover from Wellington East. Schmidt long off the tupper, but gets her own offensive tūrapa for the putback.
Once again, Wellington e whakātu ana i o rātou pukinga. I a rātou e whakawhiti ana, showing their skills in transition, so quick to get off defense and back onto O. Te tāhai. Kaore ngā kai mātakitaki I whakai ki tērā. We can hear the sideline behind us. Didn't at all agree with that one.
Risky play by Wellington East as well, because if you get called for that foul, which Schmidt did, now foul trouble, so takes a seat, but also, hey, here's two chances at the kororo tautoku. So particularly if you're up 13, you probably don't need to take those risks. Particularly if you're in team foul trouble or personal foul trouble, then hey, just stay in front. They've been doing a good job of that.
Aira, ia tātou e whakapapana ki te whakamutunga o tēnei hauwhā tuatahi. Tika tau, kei a rātou te mana, kei a rātou te āheinga ki te whakatau I tēnei kēmu. As you say, as we near the end of this first quarter, and they're coming towards a chance to get to the sideline and have a chat. They just need to settle things down here and maintain this lead.
Yeah, Rangiora doing a good job of making Wellington East pay, knocking down both their kororo tautokus in the last possession.
Whakaparepare, the lob over the top, finds te kaumātahi, number 11, Emma Sincock. Jump shot. Oro e taua wā.
Another hara. My son, blocking foul, trips, I feel like, I'm guessing here, but either 13 and 14 or 15 and 16 to the kororo tautoku.
9-8. Kea Lithami anō. Ko whiwhi ia I ngā makawhiwhi. Te kaupea. She's had so many free throws. It really is, as you say, piling up. And it looks like it will be Rangiora ball.
Strong drive, unlucky not to make the shot there. Hadley James. Wellington East, korowhiwhi toru, good.
MāORI noa mai te tope. Easy as you like from the top of paint.
Oi mata Suafa. And that will do us.
Aira, koira te whakamutunga o tēnei haupā tuatahi. Te haupā papa engari e ai ki te scoreboard. Ahua rere ke. And we saw a really close, scrappy quarter of basketball, but the scoreboard doesn't agree.
Yeah, despite the foul trouble, Wellington East girls found themselves in. They've come out clearly on top here, and I think Rangiora will be ruining their free throw shooting woes, not to be closer in this ball game.
Aira, mo reira mehe mea ko koe te kai ako o tēnei tima mai a Rangiora. Koe rā tō whakatenatina ki a rātou. If you were Holly Parish in this huddle, would that be your encouragement to your team, just to not necessarily change their play style too much, but just try and be a little bit more clinical and around the hoop?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if they're not going to foul you, then we need to make the shots on the inside. Defense collapses, trust your shooters. But hey, girls, when we get to the free throw line, deep breath, we're going to start knocking them down. If Wellington East continue to foul like they did in the first quarter, they won't have many players left at the end of the game. So at some point, Wellington East will have to play defense legally, and then hopefully Rangiora kind of get a bit better rhythm that they found here.
Aira. Tera pia katahe hau I etahi o au mahi kainga mai ina nahi. Might steal some of your homework from yesterday, but I remember you talking about the double hoops and how that affects the shooting. I was listening. Perhaps maybe that having a little bit of a factor in terms of how these girls are struggling with their shots.
Well, definitely. A lot of the girls had good arc, but they just perhaps not quite the touch with these double rims here. We saw, I believe, I think it was Hannah Lawler, number 7 for Rangiora. She buried both her trips, but many of the other girls struggled at the line. As we get a close-up of the Westlake coach, perhaps doing some homework for either this afternoon's games or tomorrow's games, as I don't think Westlake have played either of these teams, and they're all in the same pool.
Whakamohio te kimu kei Wainganui ia St. Kitts rawa ko Kaiapoi. St. Kitts taking on Kaiapoi in the court just beyond us. It is 18-18. Deadlock in that one. No reira he wāpai ki te whakamaumahara kia koutou katoa ko ngā kōti katoa e riko tānei tēnei rā. Not telling you to leave us here on court 4, but we have so many courts available for you across this whakataitai for this week. The Parts Māori broadcasting 4 to 12 games every single day. So make sure you spread yourself out and get amongst it and really enjoy the breadth of basketball that we have on offer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome that we've got so many courts live streamed, that everyone gets a chance to play and get a game sent home if your friends and whānau couldn't make it down to Te Papeoia, as we see some absolute commitment here by Wellington East girls, in particular Suafa, twice on the floor in 2 seconds, forcing, oh no, we've got a foul call, but what commitment to be diving on the floor as we see the replay, the second attempt at stealing the ball before the late rival of Yi, who commits the foul.
Aira, i ki te hau I tōna mata, I ko nei ia ki te whawhai. You can see it on her face, she is here for the fight. And so far, that fight has carried her team to a 14-point lead.
Another hara committed, this time 16, Campbell.
Will be number 12, Te Kaumarua, Grace Tull, to take the free throws. Much better.
Good arc, good touch, nothing but net.
Mea ka pāwhai ka whakautu, almost like they've got a direct line into this commentary. Ask for some more accuracy from the free throw lines that they deliver.
Schmidt up top, ball screen. Finds Yi in the corner, Kurawhiwhi Toru, long off the tapa.
Takatū tōku ringa, whakaroa hau kāre kore ka takatera. I had my hand up, I thought that was one was going to drop. But again, great statement of intent from Wellington girls. Kei te whakapono rātou ki o rātou pukenga. They've got plenty of faith in their skill to put these shots up.
And another hata committed, so we've seen 3 fouls. Wellington East girls after only 1 minute, stacking them on top of the first quarter. So the individual foul count has got to be rising.
Aira, kia tūpato rātou. Kore ka tino pakarari tērā I tā rātou rautaki mehe mea ka tingata ētahi kai tākoro ki te noho ki te pai.
Grace Tull has one rolling out for Rangiora is Schmidt. Long in the Kurowhiwhi toru.
Ooh, Engari reira hoki te wairua pai te whakahoahoa kei wainganui I enei rangata I katoa as we see another great display of sportsmanship. Ai he kaha he maro tēnei kēmu engari kei reira tonu te wairua pai. Despite the physicality of this game and what was quite a hard challenge, both teams getting around her, helping her back to her feet. Lovely to see.
Sideline out for Wellington East. Oh, the little back screen play. Oh, nice. Well, coaching, good coaching from Tofale as Schmidt gets the right-hand layup to go.
Lovely drive.
In that position there, you can kind of see the Wellington East girls just backing off. Hey, coach, we can't get any more fouls. It's ABE says, don't worry about that. Kurowhiwhi toru.
Hey, aha te oma mehe mea ka tae koe te kuru whera ai. What's the point in running when you can shoot like that?
Kyra Leithman with a nice step through to the left hand. Surveying, Yi. Two-pointer this time. Too close to the hoop, follows it up. Her own offensive tūrapa.
Kua whaia Yi tōna piti tēnei wā tū kaha ana. Ki runga I tēnei Rangiora High School team. Yi has found her rhythm. She has really put in some serious pressure on this Rangiora team now.
Schmidt, downhill, a little bit out of control, chucks it up. No bailout from the referees. Like to see Schmidt in a little bit more control there. As Leithman misses a second step through.
He tai tāpui mai te pai o Rangiora anō, ko te nama te kau mā whāraua, ko te nama te kau. Numbers 14 and 10 on from the Rangiora bench. Something a little bit different ko aua rereke ngā pai e rua. Tino tere a Rangiora ki te whakapiti ngā kai tākoro. Ko aua tauake te tima o Wellington East. We've seen the Rangiora keen to work their bench to the game, and Wellington much more settled on their starting five.
Turnover here as Parrish dismisses the lefty lane. Rangiora missed a few bunnies where they could really be in this game. Whereas Wellington East, when they get their chances down the other end, they're converting them, which has pushed it out to 19 points here already.
Tino koi, tino tika mai ngā āheinga katoa, very clinical with all those opportunities. Engari nāia nei Rangiora āhua raruana ki tēnei whakawhakatoranga ārai or Wellington girls. Rangiora just having some problems with this Wellington girls defensive structure.
Kurowhiwhi toru attempt wide left there as we see another sub, Duncan, entering for Grace Tull. We approach the midway mark here in the second quarter at the AA Nationals here in Te Papaoia. Young, Kurowhiwhi toru, in and out. Strong rebound by Campbell.
Kei te tino rongoa hau, I ngā paki kiri hau, punga kai mā takitaki kei mua I MΑORI. I can hear those plastic clapping hands going hard from the Platypus crew behind us, getting in behind their Rangiora team.
If you're in the area, plenty of action going on here at Central Energy Trust Arena. Often 7 courts running. And from our vantage point, I can see Napier boys competing against St. Pat's Silverstream. We've got St. Kent's girls playing Kaiapoi. On the far court, Upanaki. Kurowhiwhi toru. Long, young.
Hea heinga tēnei mā ngā rangatahi mā ngā kura katoa mai ngā koko mea whao te motu ki te hui mai nei ki te tākoro I a rātou ha kina kina. As you say, a really awesome opportunity for schools from across the country to come here and play. No doubt over the course of the year, many of them will have become very familiar with teams in their own region. So a nice challenge to be able to kind of extend their horizons and see what else is out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And cool for the single A schools to get to do it for double A schools, so they come to these you know, the pinnacle, the big tournament, what everyone works toward throughout the year. And you're right, quite often there's a lot of playing against your own teams in your own zone, so it's really good to play teams across the Motu, as we see a Canterbury versus Wellington high school matchup here. Parrish with a strong move to earn herself a trip to the charity stripe. It's a nice little crossover between the legs, spin move through the traffic, just can't get the ball to go through the hoop. Long off the tapa on the first quarter to Toku.
He tino whakahirehire e nei miniti e rima ki tima mai I o tau tahi. Nehe mea ka nui tonu tērā āpatai mui te wehe ruatanga o tēnei kēmu ka ua te haurua tuarua. This is a really important 5 minutes for the team from Canterbury. I don't want to say they're from Christchurch because they are definitely not. These last 5 minutes, if that gap continues to grow and they go into that halftime break more than 20 points down, that second half is going to become so hard to try and get themselves back in.
Absolutely, particularly if they're struggling to score. If you're down 20 and it's a high-scoring game, then, okay, yeah, play a bit of defense, you continue with the offense, you can catch up. But in a low-scoring game, and if you only score 12 points in 15 minutes, that 20-point deficit is quite surmountable. Bit of frustration foul there from McDonald as she lost the ball on her spin move and then commits the hara. Another MāORI and the penalty, so there'll be free throws for Wellington East.
Arai tātou e kite ana I etahi tāpui mai te pai or Wellington East, as we see some subs coming in from the Wellington East bench. Looks like number 4, Milan Marsan, is going to come into this game. Tērā pia, ko te kaia koe ngana ana ki te mautonu ki tēnei painga I a tātou whakatata ana ki te weheruatanga. Just trying to find a way to hold on to this lead as we get closer and closer to that halftime break.
Exactly halfway through the second quarter. Parrish surveying. Good ball movement here by MāORI. Strong drive, just again, they're just getting a lot of shots close to the tapa, but they just can't get them through the net.
Ahua roa rawa taua maka. Ngari he wā pai tēnei ki te mihi atu ki ngā kai tautoko katoa tēnei kaupapa. Nice time to just give another shout out to our sponsors, major part of Foot Locker, broadcast partner for Kata Māori, Host Association Basketball Manawatu in this venue, Central Energy Trust Arena, and to all of our funding partners and partners who make this kaupapa possible. Me kore atu rātou, e kore tēnei whakapaitai e tū. If it wasn't for them, this kaupapa just wouldn't be able to go ahead, so we really do thank them for all of their endless support of our rangatahi.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this kaupapa will be one of the highlights of every athlete's here as they reflect on their high school years once they move on, being able to travel and compete with their mates at a national tournament for their school as McDonald launches the kura whiwhi toru.
MāORI noa. Too easy from the top of the paint. We were saying in the first quarter, Yahua raru a rangiora ki ngā kuru engari nāia nei kua whai rātou. I rātou piti was saying in that first quarter, struggling with the shots from distance, but it looks like they found their rhythm here.
Yeah, if they can keep that going and slowly work their way into this game, unfortunately that's not going to help. As Wellington East get a second crack at it. MāORI timeout. 21-point lead here for Wellington East.
Aira he wā pai tēnei MāORI ki te hui hui, ki te ahua huritau. He hanga mea pai, he hanga hua kino, he hanga mea kia whakatika ina I e tātou. Hei whakautu I tēnei tima mai e Pōneke. A good chance for MāORI just to have a quick discussion here. Reflect on that first quarter and a half and see, okay, what went well, what have we been struggling with, and how are we going to find an answer to what has been a really strong performance from Wellington East.
Yeah, I think if they can get some more open shots like McDonald just nailed in the kura whiwhi toru, but also you've seen plenty of good quality looks as a coach, you'd go, hey, we're actually taking really good shots here, girls. They're just not going in. And as long as we're taking good looks, we'll find the rhythm sooner rather than later offensively. We just can't let the lead get too big until we find that rhythm. And at the moment, it's 21. And perhaps Coach Parrish should say, all right, it's 21. Let's just try and get it to 17. Let's try and get it to 16 by halftime, and we'll be fine.
Aira, ko ngā whainga iti ne, it's those small goals. It's looking at the bigger picture, but also taking ngā hōkai, the steps just to get there and not getting too far ahead of yourself. So we see another shot of the Platypus crew. Mā Rangiora, ngā kai tautoko, tino hikaka, tino hoi hoi, kia rātau e tautoko wana, the very eager and very noisy support crew for Rangiora, bringing the excitement to our sideline.
McDonald, unlucky not to earn herself a trip to the free throw line there. Young, transition. Pulls it out.
Lovely ball into the hoop there. Te kurupeke mai te namawaru Ava Yi. E hia ngā wā ka ki Taiwa I Taiwa ingoa. How many times are we going to say that name?
Stays with Wellington East here. Up screen, exit screen. Oh, behind the back, too fancy with it. Throws it to the wrong team. Rangiora. Parrish too strong with it. Young, mid-range, pull up. Long for Tupper.
Tāpui mai te pai o Rangiora ko te nama whitu ko Lola Tera. E whakawhiti ana mā te nama te kau. Ali Parrish making way. Engari kua tere anō te āhuatanga o tēnei Kemu, starting to pick up a bit more pace.
Unforced error there by Rangiora. It's not what they need when they're just trying to creep back into the game as Coach Tafale calls his own timeout.
Interesting, with that lead, felt like they also had a lot of the advantage in those plays. What do you think the thought process is behind this Wahiki?
Perhaps he's spotted something he doesn't like and he wants to address, or maybe there's some sort of style of play that they want to work on now that they're playing with the lead, as we had a coach up of Tafale's huddle. There is a long way to go, and perhaps there's something that, all right, we know that the Westlake coach is watching. Do we want to show our hand? Do we not want to show our hand? What's important for tomorrow? What's important going forward? While still taking care of business in the moment.
Aira, kore. Tino whakatina tēnā nā kupu ki ngā tima e rua ko ngā kupu mai a Whaiwhale. Kia mahi tonu ko ngā kupu mai a Holly Parrish tērā pēr. Kia whakapono tonu. Maybe a similar encouragement, but maybe a different sentiment from both teams. Tauwhale probably telling his girls to keep going, and then Holly Parrish, you would imagine, trying to instill a bit more hope, a little bit more excitement in her team to pick this one back.
Rangiora look like they're in a bit of a zone, maybe just a change up of defense to see if they can disrupt Wellington East skills rhythm. Kura Fifi. Toru. In and out of the tapa.
Huri haere I te tapa katoa, doing a little round the world there. And in the end, lovely work from Rangiora. Nama te kau mā whā, Harper McDonald so quick to get back up the other end.
Right back at you, says Wellington East girls. What you can do, we can do a bit better. As they force a turnover in the backcourt. Young. Good defense by Hadley James. Lawler lines up basketball. McDonald with the step through, long of the tupper.
McDonald to a whai ai tōna piti nāne. McDonald's found a rhythm as we see the steal from number 12. Tino Tere mai a Grace Tull.
Better from Rangiora.
Kano I ho miro. Such an eye for detail, reading that play so well.
String a few stops here for Rangiora and really get themselves some momentum before the half. As we see some energy from the bench. Young looking to break the energy. Does not.
Kura te āhuatanga o Poitūkohu engari. Tira te Poitūkohu o ngā kura. ko tētahi o ngā mea tino nui ko te ngao. That is an aspect of basketball, but especially for our rangatahi, the energy, bringing that sort of fire is one of the most important things you can have in a game. If you are feeling hot, if you're feeling like you're on top of it, that can affect how you play so much.
Feel good, look good, shoot good. Is that how it works?
That's what I was trying to say.
I like the aggressiveness we've seen from MāORI. It's just making sure we take the right shots. As we see a strong drive, but a better defensive play made by MāORI on the replay. Young, kura whiwhi toru, short off the tapa.
MāORI. McDonald, how good has she been in these past couple of minutes, putting so much pressure on?
Super aggressive, super aggressive. I think the big thing for her, she's got the ability to put the ball on the floor, as we see here in the replay, is, all right, if the defense collapses too much, hey, am I balanced enough to find my teammates? So should have some wide open shots. It's just drawing 2, 3, 4 defenders on a drive.
Aira, ko taua mahi, ko taua wairua hoki e whakahikaka ana, e whakapiki ana I te wairua o te pai o MāORI, and I think it is that mahi, that eagerness that she's bringing that's really giving that energy to the MāORI bench. When she's pulling off those plays, when she's starting to bring that energy, it's really lifting her team.
Wellington East just slowing things down here. Campbell, Yee. Little pick and roll play, but McDonald called for the kickball violation.
E tai tāpui mai te pai o Wellington East. Looks like it is Young and number 6, Aiomata Suafa, taking a break. Potentially their coach just giving them a little extra rest before the quarter time.
Schmidt finds the corner. The almighty tūrapa by the smallest player on the court, Suafa. Earns herself a trip to the quarter tautoku. As we see here, big time rebound, gets in front of the MāORI defender, Grace Tull.
Taua wairua whawhai kua kaha whakātua e Suafa. That fighting spirit that Suafa has shown throughout this first quarter, this first half I should say. As you say, she may be small, but she sure is mighty.
Here comes McDonald. James. Tull, step through, just a little bit out of control. Stays with MāORI. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 5-second differential between the shot clock, game clock. McDonald, kura whiwhi toru.
Leti noa mai te tope kei te ahi ia. She is on fire at the moment, nothing but net. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
Vera Schmidt at the buzzer. Unfortunate hara committed by MāORI just to give a chance for Wellington East to push it back to 16 or 17 prior to the break.
Lovely work.
As we see McDonald's second kura whiwhi toru of the quarter.
Tino tau a te namarua ko Vera Schmidt te rā mai I te paimaka whiwhi, nice and settled from the free throw line from Vera Schmidt. Pētai hekona e toi ana. So 1 second to go. Nice, drains them both. Te whiu roa.
Well, there's half-time here on court 4. Wellington East Girls 40 run 1. MāORI 24. MāORI will be ruining all their missed opportunities at the free throw line, while Wellington East will be aware of their foul trouble. Hopefully that's not an issue in the second half.
Mara kaua e tā wāhi e te iwi ka hoki mai ākua nei. Do not go far, te iwi. We'll be back soon with a second half of exciting basketball here from Te Papaioia, Palmerston North.
girls are twice as likely to drop out of sport. That's why 2 Degrees is committed to fighting for fair for women and girls in sport at every level. Get your Support Her merch and keep her in the game.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved with it. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change, side by side, with nature, with each other, through research, investment, and practical innovation. Because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
My dad, he wanted somewhere so for all the whānau that were out streets, had somewhere to come home to, and they could call it their own. And so hence the journey of Takahanga Marae began.
No mai hoki mai e te iwi ki tēnei te haurua tuarua o tō tātou nei kēmu. Ko Wellington East Girls e toa ana mā te kaumā whetu ki runga i a Rangiora. Engari, ko whakatika mai maua e whāna ki ngā kautautoko o Rangiora. Looks like we've had a little correction there over the halftime break. I've been very offensively, I think, incorrectly labelling the Rangiora support staff as platypuses or platypi, I think you will, when they are in fact ducks. My sincerest apologies.
And according to these fans of Rangiora, they're ducks from the pond in Rangiora. So I guess there's a pond if we're ever in Rangiora to go visit.
There you have it. I wouldn't say it's the best thing in Rangiora Kareo e pirangi ana ki te whakaiti i a rātou. Engari, he mea pai tērā e maha takitaki ana rātou i a tātou e pāpāho ana. Lovely to see. Although they're on the sidelines, they've still got the broadcast open. That's certainly the way I'd do it. Nice opportunity to listen to our dulcet tones from wherever you are in Aotearoa.
All right, 30 seconds till we start the second half. Rangiora 24, Wellington East 41. As we take stock of what else is going on in front of us, we've got half-time on court 5. It's Kaipoi up 35-24, and on the far court, Opanaki is leading 27-17.
As we see St. Kitts e whakamakariri pēr ana ki a rātou anō, just with the towel wave cooling their players down. Different strategies from different benches to try and keep that energy up, and that's one way of doing it.
James on the drive, the dish, almost a perfect start for Rangiora. Can't get the shot to go.
Peke ana engari.
Young with the NFL pass, a little bit too long for Schmidt. Heck of a pass though, off the bounce, right hand.
Quarterbacking from that back court.
Tom Brady-esque, or maybe Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm more of a Josh Allen guy myself, but that's all right. I nai nei rangiora. Te kuru whiwhitoru mai te taha mātau. Number 14, te kaumā whā, Harper McDonald, I whakātu ana I tōna mai a tonu I tēnei haurua tuarua.
Schmidt earning a trip to the free throw line.
He wanted somewhere safe for all the whānau that were out.
Koira tētai āhuatanga.
Sweet.
I kaha kitea e tātou I taua haurua tuatahi ko te toko maha o ngā hara me ngā kuru tautuku. We saw that in the first half. Just the sheer number of fouls and free throws given up by both sides.
Perhaps it's this with the action and the people walking past. We don't seem to see a lot of makes at this end as Schmidt misses both of her kora tautokus. Maybe we're onto something there to keep stats.
Could be. Never blame the player, blame the environment. That's what I've always learned.
McDonald. Well, if you think about it, each on the left-hand side, so Rangiора's hoop this end, we've got no one walking behind it. The depth position, there's a physical wall, whereas this Wellington East girls, as Yi misses her runner, there's a 10. There used to be the blue wall that they've removed this year, so your depth position changes from end to end. So that's why those shots after your halftime talk are important, just to get the depth position in. And the same as if you're playing on Fly Palmy Arena, the show court, all right, like the depth position is different to in here, different to in the B&M just across the way.
Aira he wero tērā kare kore tērā pēr mā ngā wahine mai a pōneke I te nuingo te wā. Kei te hau, kei te pupuhi te hau ki pōneke āhua tau ke rotu tēnei whare. Tērā pēr ko tērā whakararu ana I a rātau for the girls from Wellington. We all know what Wellington's like. Perhaps a little bit too calm in this arena. They're used to having a little bit more wind playing in.
Perhaps a lot of their games are down on the near the airport at the old ASB Stadium, so it does get pretty windy there. Hey, and just on the environments, on courts 1, 2, and 3, we've got the baskets fixed to the ground, so they have like a kind of back padding, whereas 4, 5, 6, we've got the one coming down from the ceiling, so that's another visual thing that players have to deal with.
Aira. He rereke ia kōti, ia horopaki, te maha o ngā weo, ka tūtaki nā me ki, e nei pai tākoro.
Young, kora whiwhi toru. Butter.
He tio kei rotu I ona ia auraki. Ice in the veins from that left-hand side, nothing but net. As we're talking about depth possession and difficulty shooting, she must have a direct line into this broadcast because she decided to show us wrong.
Short.
Tapui kei te haere taparoha, tapui kei te haere nā Rangiora. See a substitution coming in from Rangiora, that's Ali Parrish, number 10, just waiting to get into the game. Tūkahaia I te hauwha tuaroa, nō reira kore ka pērā anō I tēnei hauwha. We saw her so strong in that second quarter, no doubt, looking to bring some of the same.
Really important for Rangiora as they try and chip away at this lead, stretch back out to 20 to take really high quality looks. The previous possession we had quite a quick kora whiwhi toru from Hadley James, short off the rim that allowed Wellington East girls easy into transition. Now, when you're trying to dig yourselves out of quite the hole that they're in right now, every possession's important, and you've got to be super disciplined in your shot selection to ensure that there's nothing easy for Wellington East to keep maintaining this lead, let alone build it. As we see both kora tautokus made by Grace Tull.
E taunaki ana I tau whakaro, just supporting your thought about how much more comfortable it is shooting down that far end from the other. Rangiora suddenly finding their range. Te kuru whiwhitoru mai te taha MΑORI, ahua roa rawa engari tata tonu.
Have a contact underneath going uncalled as Rangiora break. Hull, back-to-back trips to the free throw line. Should be looking to make it 3 and 4 in a row as we catch the back end of the replay. And just all the contact there by Ava Lee.
Aira, ko taua āputa, he āhua whakahiti ana I tēnei wā, he mea tino whakatina tēnei mā Rangiora, as we see that gap just starting to reduce early in the second half. That'll be really, really encouraging for this Rangiora team.
The second shot just rims out. Grace Tull. As the referees will have a chat about this, a bit of bang-bang contact. Just not sure who the ball came off last. Wellington East think it's theirs, it's setting up. Always good to see the referees get together and discuss if they're not 100% sure. And it will stay Wellington East.
Makapai taha mai tēnei taha tata from this close side with the throw in. Immediately working it back into the middle. Te kuru whiwhi toru.
Follows her own shot. Schmidt. Wellington East on the break. Toma off the glass.
Maro Taua Wero, a little bit hard in the contact there from number 8.
A little bit of an unlucky foul there by Wellington East. I'm sure Wellington East would have preferred to perhaps give up the basket because that's Ava Lee's 4th foul. And if you're Rangiora, that's something to be, hey, look, I know we're down 19, but if we can keep the pressure on and they keep fouling, they'll genuinely start to lose players.
Aira, he mea tino mō rea tērā mā Wellington East hoki, he tino whetū a Ava Yee i ngā hauwhai nui tēnei. That is something that really is so dangerous for Wellington East, as we see Ava Yee making her way to the bench.
And if I'm taking a look at Wellington East bench there and I see only 4 other players in uniform. We know that Ava Lee's on 4 fouls.
Aira, he tino eti. Tā rātou tima, tō rātou tima no reira. He wero tērā kia tēnei kēmu e haere tonu ana me pēhea rātou e whakautu i te ngengetanga. So it'll be interesting to see how they answer to the fatigue that might start to set in later into this game with that slightly smaller bench crew, whether they'll be able to properly balance that out.
Vera Schmidt is another kura whiwhi turu that was short. This time the ball goes out of bounds, so Rangiora will get the inbounds. Hadley James, the ball handling duty.
Here's some serious hype coming in from the St. Kentigans Kaiapoi game on the court just over from us. 39-33 to the girls from Tāmaki.
And another foul, this one on Masan. This is her 3rd personal foul. If I was Coach Tafale, I would look at a bit of a zone. I don't know the extent of all of their foul count, but I can't imagine it's great reading. So something just to, hey, soak up some time, maintain our lead. So you can get, particularly Ava Yee probably won't see the court until the 4th quarter with only 1 personal foul remaining.
Aira, Raua.
Back to 15 for
Raua for Aisha Young hoki. Another player that we saw so prevalent in that first quarter. Aisha Young committed quite a few fouls and then has made her way to the line. So, as you say, Wellington East not only losing players, but losing their big ones.
Marsan gets the rebound. Tull. Sound like a broken record. That's another hudder committed by Wellington East. This time, the foul is on Marsan, who just made the bucket. And this will be her 4th personal foul.
Aira, engari ahakoa tērā, e tū tonu ana taiwa āputa ko ngā piro te kau mā whetū. Despite that, that gap isn't really shrinking.
Tull cuts it to 16.
Tāpū kei te haere mai te pai o Rangiora ko te nama te kau mā whetū tērā. Eve Cowan coming on. It will be number 24, Rua te kau mā whā, Hadley James making way.
Oh, too easy there. Rangiora really can't be giving up those quality looks. McDonald stops. Cowan, first touch of the ball. Not quite. And a good kura whiwhi toru.
Tāpui anō kei te haere mai te pai o Rangiora. Rangiora will look to their bench yet again. It will be number 11, Emma Sincock. So many substitutions here, perhaps just trying to keep that energy up and build on that pressure which they've been able to heap onto Wellington girls.
Much better contest here by Rangiora. No foul. As Lawler can't make the most of that opportunity. Fancy footwork by Schmidt. Under control. Turns away from the pressure. Nice little right-hand push shot. And the lead back to 20.
Kia te JBL, e timatana nā te tima mai a Mana as we hear the JBL from Mana start up. They're getting ready for their game after this one. Engari ko te hikaka hia pai mai ngā kāmai taki katoa ko ngā kaitako a Mana. Engari ko ngā raki o Rangiora. Kua pai rātau i o rātau reo pai muri i nei tāko tino pai. We are seeing plenty of energy from the sideline, not only from the Mana team, but also the Duck Brigade, I should say, of Rangiora well and truly finding their voice following what has been some really encouraging play for the girls from Canterbury.
Referees discussing something here, but we see a lot of energy from Court 5 as St Kitts fight their way back into the game against Kaiapoi. We're just, I think, maybe perhaps a shot clock error.
Hara tēnei te wā suatahi kua he te wā tikuru Moreira kia hau nei. Nā te hangarau e raru nei tātou. Not the first time we've had issues with the shot clock, and I'm choosing to blame the technology as we see the JBL with some lovely mahi toia as well. Looks like they've given it some customization and put some artwork on the front. Some fantastic kit there, as we've seen ko ngā tima katoa mai ngā kokona e whakatoa te motu e mauri a mai ana era tukuoro. All the teams bringing their own speakers and starting some fantastic speaker wars over these past couple of days. The tunes have been honestly spot on.
I got a question for you. Your old headmaster, well, yeah, your old headmaster, Tim O'Connor.
Aira.
Did he allow JBLs at Auckland Grammar?
I can't say he did. We were a little bit stuck in the 1860s at Auckland Grammar. I think he probably would have allowed a gramophone, but a JBL might have been a little bit of a stretch.
Same thing happened at his old school, his Alamata, where we're not allowed no boom boxes, no JBLs.
Seems to follow him around a little bit. Perhaps he just really hates siren jams.
Well, it's the same despite him, Tim O'Connor moving on. Really a nice shot there by Leatham.
Okay, Wellington
back to 18.
A little bit of pressure here. That gap still te kaumā waru, engari Rangiora. Te kuru whiwhi toru ia hau e koro ana ko te nama tuarua mai a Wellington East girls. Just as I'm saying, the pressure's starting to mount on Wellington East, they respond with a beautiful three from top of the paint. Too easy.
And another hara committed, this time Vera Schmidt. Free throws for Rangiora. I'm envisioning a situation now. It's 5-on-3. Wellington East have got 3 players left. They've all fouled out. Rangiora's got 5. But there's about 6 minutes to go and they need to catch up by 20. Who are you taking?
Ki te whakapai. That's a bit of a difficult decision, and to be honest, you're actually not too far off. I mean, to be the way that we're going, te mea mō rea mā Wellington East girls, it tends to be their stronger players who are committing those fouls. So not too sure how many of those 3 would have been featuring in the previous few quarters. But as you say, for sure, that foul trouble definitely the biggest danger for the girls from Pōneke.
As we see the close-up of Coach Parrish's huddle, he's drawing something up on the whiteboard. 13 minutes to go, Wellington East with a 21-point lead. There's a lot of the background noise coming in of St Kitts celebrating the stop, although still trailing Kaiapoi by 2 points, roughly at the same time as what we have in court 4, 3 minutes to go in their third quarter.
Tino tatataua kemu, i te rawai, titiro hau ki te karaka i taua. Kemu I te hinga rātou mā te ono. Nō reira I whakapatana I tēnei wā. Last time I checked the clock on that game, they're actually down by 6, and now they're on even standing. So perhaps Rangiora need to keep an eye on that game and try and receive a little bit of inspiration from the St. Kitts team.
McDonald will head to the free throw line for 2 quarter tautokus.
See a solid crowd. Go hui mai toko maha o ngā tangata he mā takitaki tēnei Kemu. A good crowd who's gotten together to watch this game. Mana kura ko ngā whānau, ngā hapori o ienei kai tākaro. Whakātu ana I te kaha o tēnei hapori poi tūkohu. Wellington East 9-8. Taraiwa ana Ma Schmidt. Driving up the middle through Schmidt. Goes to that left-hand side. Te kuru whiwhi toru. Tātai ngari ahua roa. Mai te nama ono. Ko Zaira ai o mata suafa tērā.
McDonald surveying. Wellington East just a bit more passive now as they aforementioned foul trouble. Mounts. Quarter Fifi Toru. Just long off the tapa. Look good though. Rebound Schmidt.
Tino Tata. Schmidt. Walkie ana ki te tūkohi. Looking to drive in towards the net. Engari here. Poi mau.
Jump ball. Stay with Wellington East. 8.5 seconds on the shot clock.
Nehemia, ko au tērā, ka ngana ahau te tuku I taua poro kia Schmidt, kei waho I te pai whiwhitoru. If it was me, I'd probably look to try and get that ball back out to Schmidt beyond the three-point line. She's been deadly accurate from distance so far in this quarter. Perhaps a good opportunity to get her to stack up that scoreboard pressure once again.
Here's their baseline out, Wellington East. Quick shot, probably didn't need to shoot it that quickly. They had 8 seconds once the ball was inbound. As we see an injury in front of us, unfortunate collision. Referee stop play.
Sumanako nei he mea moruiti noa tira. Hoping that's just a minor injury for Lethan, and we'll have a quick break. Morare he wā pai tēnei ki mehatu ki ngā kaitautoko anō o tēnei kaupapa ki o tātou funding partners, New Zealand Community Trust, Four Winds Lion Foundation, our partners at Sport New Zealand, Moulton Bailey's, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Celtics, Apollo Projects, Sport Manawatu, Glory League, GJ Gardner, Palmerston North City Council, Inspire Net, and New Zealand Sport Collective. Oh, e taukiri e te tokomahi o ngā kaitautoko o tēnei kaupapa, engari e mihi ana ki a rātou katoa. Thanks to all of them as we see Lethan back on her feet, taking some encouraging steps off the court. Tough contest there, but so good to see her hopefully coming through it with only a minor injury.
All right, let's get the action back underway. 12 minutes to go, 2 minutes left in the third quarter, still 21 points. What can Rangiora conjure up to get back into this game? The motion offense goes to work. McDonald gonna have to shoot it here. Koro Fifi Toru.
Neti noa mai te tope. Nothing but net. Too easy. Believe that was number 11 te kaumatahi in a Sincock.
Sometimes the easiest shots to shoot are the ones you don't have to think about. Ball had to go up, all she had to do was shoot it, and rewarded with 3 points as Schmidt misses a reverse layup. James surveying. Lawler back to right hand. Wellington East in transition. Schmidt. You've got to come up with that if you're a Rangiora. James again. Up top. James is quick off the tūrapa. Nice pass by Schmidt. Long though. As we see a Wellington East player go down. Oh, that is rough. Referee stopped the play here, but Rangiora in position, and you shouldn't really do that. You should allow the team in position to keep their position. Then when the team has the injury, then we stop. Make sure they're okay.
Aira, he maha ngā hara I tēnei wā, he tōu te rau te āhuatanga o tēnei kēmu, kua tino kahatua, kua tino māro ngā tima e rua. The injury starting to stack up, just another sign of how physical this game has been played. Good to see her back on her feet. That is number 6, Zaira Aiomata Suafa. Kua tākoro ia mehe toa. She has played like an absolute warrior thus far in the game. If we don't see her back on the court, she'll be very proud of her efforts.
See Brooke Walker getting her first minutes, and the injury to Suafa just compounds their kind of issues with fouling, which is still a long way to go. They've done a great job in the last couple of minutes, not committing any more hudders. It's Rangiora, Kurafifi Toru is good. Evie Cowan.
These Rangiora players are starting to pick that difference back. 2 threes in the past minute or so. That gap just starting to shrink. Good sign heading into the final quarter.
1.5 seconds here. Enough time for a dribble and a shot.
Te rapea ka ngana rātou ki te whai Vera Schmidt. Thought so, they might give it to Vera Schmidt, see if she can work her magic. Get them the last say in this third quarter.
Young back on. Just gets rid of it. It's one thing I think players need to be a bit more aware of. If you know the time, you can anticipate how many dribbles you can use before you need to get a shot up. And for mine, 1 second, 1 dribble.
Aira.
So they missed a chance to get a higher quality look there because she didn't have anyone around her. She could have taken a dribble, got balanced, still got the shot off in time, and perhaps becomes a different result.
Aira, engari, te wātino whakahirihira tēnei mā Rangiora. Taua hau whākoa hipa I whai rātou I a rātou piti, te rere rātou me pō te koro ko ngā kuru whiwhi toru e taka ana I te taka mai ngā kōpuna e whao te kōti no reira ko te mea nui. Mā Holly Parish me pēhea rātou e whakatinatuna I ana kai tākoro, ki te tākoro pērā tonu ki te whai tētai ara, te whakaiti tonu I tēnei āpita. Really important time for Rangiora here in this break. We saw them start to find their rhythm, start to find their flow a little bit in that third quarter. Yeah, the threes going in from both sides of the court. So I guess the main thing for Holly Parish here is how can she encourage her team not to rush, not to get ahead of themselves, but to try and continue to trust their game strategy to close that gap in the final quarter.
Right, it's one possession at a time because they had it to 15, I believe, at one point in that third quarter, but they just allowed Wellington East to maybe hit the open Kurafifi Toru, grab the offensive tūrapa for a second chance. So it's girls, they're in foul trouble. They've got a small bench, one position at a time, great looks, into good transition defense, get the D board, repeat the cycle, repeat the cycle, repeat the cycle. So it's all in front of them, Rangiora, to make a run for it.
And another shout out to the Rangiora support crew. I'm having a bit of a laugh because not only do they have their plastic clapping hands, but they've also found some looks to be like duck noise making squeezy chicken things. They're well and truly playing in to their character. Love to see them bringing a little bit of a laugh to this game. And there we have them on screen. Ko ngā paki me ngā hei kiriho ko te āhuatanga nei. Looks like they've got plastic clapping hands and rubber chickens. Surprised they're not putting their players off a little bit.
Wellington East will have the first possession of the fourth quarter. Young back into the game, playing with the foul trouble.
Now te karanga ārai mai te taha.
Straight back to work.
You hear the defense call coming up from the sideline there. They've well and truly found their voice, starting some chants even.
Lawler. Nice lefty lay, Hannah Lawler. And one from Young. Lawler with the 7. Sorry, Lawler with the hara, number 7.
Aira, mō reira ko ngā kura tautaku ki a Wellington East. Engari, e kuru ana ki taua topa, ki taua tūkohu I korotia e koe te rapea ahua ua ake. Shooting to that hoop that, as you said, might be a little bit more difficult. It'll be interesting to see as the teams continue to switch sides, how that change and end does continue to affect their play.
Back-to-back lefty lays from Lawler. This was a foul on Cohen.
Te reira, te kai ako o te timatane o Rangiora, as we see the coach of the boys team for Rangiora here supporting the girls as well. Kora tētai ahuatanga o ēnei kura co-ed, these co-ed schools, their programs really sticking together, boys and girls getting around each other and supporting one another.
Young short on the Kurawhiwhi turu. Schmidt with the offensive tūrapa. Lawler for 3 in a row. Ooh, just long off the tapa.
And they go Wellington girls. Rangiora with the tāhai, te kuru whaka mahi paitera nā te nama te kau mā whā. Ko half McDonald tera te tai te whai te tukohu taua wā.
Credit where credit's due. I don't think Wellington East girls have committed a hara in a good 4 or 5 minutes.
I think you're right. Well and truly managed to whakatauia rātau anō, settle themselves down and start to protect some of those players. And we see both Young and Te Nama Tuawaro Yi, 2 star players who we saw benched in the second and third quarters for foul trouble back on the court. So tērā pia e whakapongotongi wana a Salo tau whale ka taia e rātau te tāko tonu.
Side rim off the tapa for Young. Second quarter tuku here. This one short as well.
The curse of the right hand side continues.
Job by McDonald, 15 points, 8 minutes, you know, there's still a chance.
Aira, kei te ora tonu tēnei kemu, this game's still well and truly alive, as we see he tāpuia nō kei te haere mai te pau o Rangiora, te nama te kau, Ali Parrish, just waiting for her chance to get in and potentially be the difference for her team in this 4th quarter.
Oh, unlucky there by Lawler, it was a good fast break. Wellington East will get the ball. As you can see, the return of Penny for Campbell.
Right, mate. Wellington girls kōai atu ko Vera Schmidt e tūana hei pau mā tōna tima whakahaere ana I ona kai tākoro. Vera Schmidt once more serving as the distributor for her team, really just managing their offense with some great accuracy and some great wisdom as well, despite te rangata I tonu ia he paki ki te whakaro.
McDonald. Referees will get there. One thinking block, one thinking charge.
Tūana te pai o Rangiora e rongo ana rātau ki tēnei wairoa. Ahua panoni ana te ahuatanga o tēnei kemu. We can see the Rangiora bench getting up on their feet now. They can feel that the aspect of this game is just starting to shift towards them now.
Basket's good. With one shot, chance for McDonald to cut the lead to 12 as we see our first of the Wellington East girls. Foul out. That will be one Milan Marsan.
Ai, kei reira tērā I kōrero koe I pānaki tērā I te hauwhaimu I tēnei. As you said in the quarter before this, they might start losing players, and they do.
I got up earlier to check the foul count. There were 3 players on 4 fouls and 1 on 3, so there's the first on 4, committing her 5th.
Not an ideal position to be in for the girls from Pōneke.
Tell you what though, the Rangiora girls have still got to deal with Aisha Young, she has put in on a clinic in how to get to the rim and maintain that lead. However, she's on the cursed right-hand side of the course. Can she make the kurato toku? Not this time.
Continues to be an issue here, as we also see St. Kitts takarone e kaiapoi ki taua kōti rima te kau te whātako mātoru 50-43, the difference in that game.
Oh, coach killer that. Free throw miss and the ball goes straight back to Wellington East.
Great work from Schmidt and Yi once more, proving a real bother for the Rangiora defense, and there are the 2 points.
Campbell makes the most of the opportunity.
Te tāpui kei te haere mai, te taha o Rangiora ki te nama te kaumarua tira. Grace Tull from Rangiora looking to come into this game, potentially spark the difference for her team in these remaining 6.5 minutes.
Evie Cowan takes a break. Schmidt in the backcourt. Oh, the nice yo-yo by Schmidt, just misses the runner, gets her own offensive two-upper. Oh, and unlucky not to commit the foul there. This time we get the foul. Aisha Young, that a fifth. That's the second foul out.
Kua tai mai ngā tāne o Rangiora hei tautoko I tēnei tima, as we see the boys from Rangiora pulling up to the sideline to support their fellow students, getting in behind the girls here.
Tafale just questioning the ref. Was that a foul or was that just out of bounds? Where the ref clearly made the signal to the bench that it was a foul call. And Wellington East top scorer takes a break with the 14-point lead. Well, permanent break. She won't be allowed back in this game. Toma checks in.
Kia Rangiora I nai nei, ono meneti me te hawhi e toi ana te kaumā whānga piro te rerekētanga. Ka aha rātau, hei whakautu I tēnei tima mai te tai rāwhiti o Pōneke.
James, Korowhiwhi toru, long off the tapa. Probably not a bad shot by Rangiora. They probably won't mind playing just a little fraction faster with the time winding down. And perhaps for Wellington East, probably too quick of a shot as they're playing with a 14-point lead. Parrish misses the right-hand lay.
Doing a great job again. Te nama te kau mai a Rangiora e kōkiri ana ki tūkohu. Driving in, doing so well underneath the hoop. Can't quite get it to drop, but really causing some issues for the Wellington defense.
Schmidt. Rangiora just got to get those defensive boards given Wellington East 2 or 3 cracks at the apple. They'll take a bite at some point.
We see te pai o Rangiora. Awa a wanga ngairi I reira hoki te hikaka. Pirangi rātou ki te whakapiki I tō rātou tima, as we see the Rangiora bench looking a little bit nervous, but still that energy, still that encouragement pouring out towards their team, trying to lift them and to close this gap. Oh, where Whiwhi ana toku arero, a bit tongue-tied there.
Oh, another opportunity for Rangiora. However, they get the offensive two-upper. 12-point lead, long time to go as the Rangiora boys support their team prior to the start of the next round. Schmidt, mid-range. Nothing but backboard there. McDonald on the break.
Ia te taunga ko ngā paki kiri hau o ngā kai tautoko e paki ana, as we see the plastic clappy hands of the Rangiora support crew in full volume now. Te kaumā rua ngā piro te rerekētanga e rima ngā meneti e toi ana. 12 points of difference, 5 minutes to go. Still plenty to come in this game.
Yeah, that was Schmidt's 4th foul, so she's up to, there's 2 players with 4 fouls still in the game. 12, look, plenty of time to go, and perhaps Coach Tafale's Going to talk about some defensive adjustments as the game gets a bit tighter and those fouls continue to mount. I'd really look at, hey, if we get a bucket, girls, let's drop back into a zone, try and make them take quick shots. All right, no more fouls, no more fouls. Whereas Rangiora, hey, we're all good shooting inside 10 seconds. If you're balanced and you're open, whether it's inside the paint, outside the paint, take their shot because we're happy playing a little bit faster as they're playing catch-up basketball.
Aira. Reira. Kei a rātou te mana. Noho ana te pōro kei o rātou kōti I tēnei wā. Me pehe rātou e whakautu the pressure well and truly with them. The ball is in their court. How can they get up and respond? Koinei te mea. Te rereketanga kei Wainganui I ngā tima pai ki ngā tima tino. That is the difference between the good teams and the bad teams. Not how good you are when you're flying, it's how good you are when they're down. How are they going to respond with 5 minutes still to go? They just got to keep believing.
McDonald, 2 chances at the kura tautoku. Long off the tupper on the first. And rims out on the second. Big chance to get it to 10 there. Not taken.
9-8. Wellington East working up that left-hand side. Schmidt. E rapea e rapu ana I te kuruwhiwhi toru ki taua taha MΑORI. You see he tāpui anō mai te pai. O Rangiora ko te nama whitutira. Hannah Lawler waiting to come into this game.
Set to adjust the shot clock there as Rangiora makes some subs. 4 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Rangiora inbounds. Risky pass. Wellington East. Good defense there, walling up. Grace Tull stops the fast break. We'll get another shot clock adjustment.
Engari ka rata pai Wellington East ki te āhuatanga o te kēmu I 9-8. Āhua pōturi ake, āhua ti weka ana nā te mea. Ia tērā wāti e whakapau ana ka tino āwhamatera I rātou. Wellington East won't mind the aspect of the game now, slowing down, getting a little bit messy. As that clock winds down, that aspect is one that would definitely advantage them.
They'll be right up against the shot clock on this shot. Oh, and just a backbreaker. Rangiora does such a good job getting them down to the buzzer, then very fortunate for a loose ball tie-up when they get the position error. They need some clean D-boards so they can start their transition offense. Lawler the inbounder, Lull in the backcourt. Lawler back up top, Hadley James the back door, McDonald to a favoured right hand, floater game, just off, too strong off the tupper. Mid-range, short. Lull, defensive shoot upper. To the left, it's too strong again. Lots of opportunities for Rangiora, similar to that first quarter, where they're getting like decent looks inside the paint, but just cannot get them to go.
Aira, e mahi pai ana rātou kai Wainganui te kōti engari ia te wā, ka pai atu rātou ki te sūkohu ka āhua ti weka ake, as you say, doing great work in the middle of the court in transition to get themselves down around the hoop. But once they get there, the finishing just goes awry. Those connections which are getting them into those positions just seem to fall apart once they actually get in and around the goal.
As we see Rangiora foul, a three-point shooter, which when you look at the time of the score is something they did not want to do. And we see Toma bucking the trend, going 2 from 3 on the hoop with the distractions behind it. McDonald, Tull, kick out, Parrish, Koro Fifi, Toru needed that. 10-point ball game, 3 minutes to go.
Lovely shot there, Tino Tautera. Nā te nama te kau, Ali Parrish ki taua taha matau. Nice and settled out on that right-hand side, drains it. Te kaupiro noiho te rereketanga, just 10 points now.
Ava Yee penetrating, turnover. McDonald surveying, slowing it down. Tough pass to Parrish, but she makes the shot.
Rangiora coming back here, kia tūpato Wellington East. Kei te hoki mai ngā wahine mai o tautahi.
And they force a treble. Ava Yee.
We've said all game, wasn't going to take much for Rangiora to get back in this one, and with only 2.5 minutes to go, they might have just found the difference here.
I'm unsure what Coach Tafale wants. He's signaling something to the referees. They're just disputing how many free throws are made, but it was 2 of 3. 2 of 3.
Kura te āhuatanga o ngā kaiako I ngā wā katoa, ka tau tohe rātou ki te mutunga o te rā. They will debate to the end of the day, not giving an inch of ground, trying to get the best out of this for their teams. And with 2.5 minutes to go, rua ngā meneti me te hawhi e toi ana, he mea nui I a piro. Every point does mean so much with just a little bit of time to go.
As action gets back underway. Oh, and unfortunately this goes through McDonald's legs. Coach Parrish urging her girls to stay up in the front court, put a pressure on, see if they can force some turnovers. As time winds down here on call for AA Nationals.
Ko ngā tima e rua e rongo ana I te taumahatanga o tēnei wā. Both teams feeling the pressure of this moment as we count down towards the final plays.
Probably another shot clock issue here. Coming up on court 4 after this game, we'll have a short break and we'll see Tauranga Girls College take on Ashburton here on court 4. We also have on the Fly Palmy Arena, Hill Moreton High taking on Tikura Kaupapa Ruamata. And AA boys Pool D for your 4 p.m. round.
Nā whakata Māori e whā ki te kaumarua ngā kemu I a rā ka tū ki Māori TV. Thanks to Whakata Māori, we'll have 4 to 12 games every single day this week through to Saturday, live and on demand on Whakata Māori. Nō reira e te iwi kia hikaka mō te poi tūkohu kei te haere. Engari, tēnei wā, e iwa ngā piro te rerekētanga, e rua ngā meneti kei te haere. Ka tino hikaka te mutunga o tēnei kēmu.
Yee surveying. Schmidt back up top. Cutters. Schmidt to her left. Good defense by Rangiora. They get the rebound. Oh, good defense without fouling by Schmidt. She gets back there and forces Lull into the miss. Lull committing the foul on Schmidt. And Rangiora in the penalty, so that'll be 2 kora tautokus for Schmidt.
Nāhua nei ki te pirangi Holly Parrish I tētahi wā hiki mā tōna tima. Looks like she wants a timeout for her team. Will make two and just call them over to the side while these free throws go up. No doubt, whakatena ana I ana kai tākaro, hei whakapono tonu ka taia e rātou te whai I tēnei kēmu. No doubt encouraging her players, telling them to believe they can get this game. Only 10 points in it.
I think if Schmidt makes this one, she'll call a timeout so she can advance the ball. Which she does. Timeout. So We quick timeout. We're looking at quick threes into high backcourt pressure to try and turn it over. They really got to speed them up and make the most of whatever opportunities present themselves for that Wellington East give them.
Aira. Ko reira mehe mea ko koe te kāko o Wellington East I tēnei wāhi hau whakaro mātou tīma. If you were the Wellington East coach in this timeout, you've got an 11-point lead, but things are starting to break down a little bit. What kind of encouragement are you giving your players?
Well, we've got 95 seconds left, and Wellington East would have to hit 4 threes, or a couple threes, couple twos, so 4 scores basically. And the way they've been going, it is unlikely. So you're thinking, all right, girls, we've got to get 1 stop, maybe 2 more stops, and get the ball over half court, and we've won the game. So no threes, wall up on the 2s, grab the rebounds, no turnovers, just get over half court. They could even take shot clock violations. They don't even have to shoot it, waste 24 seconds, they can set up their defense. But it's a winnable lead where they wouldn't have to score again if they play good enough defense. Conversely, it's quick open shots regardless of 2s or 3s for Rangiora into trapping, pressing, forcing the turnovers in the backcourt. And that's the absolute one thing Wellington East did not want to happen. A foul before the shot goes in. 2 koro tautokus for Rangiora and a 5th foul for Vera Schmidt.
Tau whare e tino tau toetohe ana ki te kaiwa. Wow, we see the coach from Wellington East up on his feet, arguing that one. E mohi o pai ana tātou e tino whakahira tēnei ki aia. We know how seriously he takes this. He will no doubt be feeling the pressure on behalf of his team. Is that the 5th foul? Perhaps. For number 2 it is. This is a huge moment in the game. Vera Schmidt, te whetu tāreke, mā tōna tīma ka haere ki te pai, the standout player for her team for so much of this game, will be on the bench for the remaining minute 35. Look at the big names that have had to take a seat. Aisha Young, number 12, Vera Schmidt, number 2. Wellington East really having to dig deep here.
McDonald missing the koro tautoku. Yeah, if Rangiora can't pull this victory out, they'll go home and be like, hey, we got some free throws we were right in this game. McDonald short of the koro Fifitoru. And again, 2 for $1, not this time. Lawler, nice offensive rebound.
Pressure ramping up here. Holly Parrish, e tūana ia e karanga ana ki ona kai tākaro, calling out to her team, telling them to stay up. They need to keep that ball in the Wellington East half.
Close to an 8-second violation there. It's Yi, friendly roll. Here comes Rangiora, down 11, under 60 seconds now. Almost need to start shooting 3s. Trading 2s is not going to get it done.
A little bit careless there. Mai te nama te kau, Ali Parrish, tērā pēr, ko te taumatanga o te wā, āhua whakararo ani aia.
So there we see Coach Holly Parrish urging her team to foul to stop the clock, but you must go for the basketball. We saw Ali Parrish with 2 hands in the back, and that's an easy, unsportsmanlike foul made by the referee, so it allows 2 free throws for Wellington East, and they still retain the ball. As both koro tautokus room out.
Naya nei, Wellington East, tētai mea nui kia mau tonu I te poro. Don't necessarily have to worry about forcing anything, just hold the ball up and use those seconds. Only 40 seconds to play, and they give it away. Rangiora, great fight from number 24, number Ruatekau Mawha, Hadley James. And she's brought some energy in the past few minutes.
Wellington East secure the defensive rebound. They're going to have to shoot it one more time before the shot clock runs out. Lull commits a foul on an aggressive drive from Toma. We see the replay here, right to the left, and Lull coming in late, clear across the arms. And that will be Tull. Apologies to the Tull family, calling your daughter Lull. She fouls out.
MΑORI ki ngā hepuna e Toiana, just 18 seconds to go. Looks like Wellington East will be able to close this one out.
Yeah, I think Rangiora will go home and be like, look, girls, particularly first quarter, where they got themselves into a bit of a deficit, this fourth quarter where they're trying to catch up. We just got to be able to either convert our high-quality looks in the paint or make some free throws. They make some free throws, they make a few more layups, like they're right in this ball game. Whereas Wellington East is like, because if we're going to get to the business end of this tournament, we've got to be able to play defense, as Parish finishes the kura whiwhi turu. We've got to be able to play defense without fouling. 3 players fouled out. Which against stronger teams who you'd likely come up against in the quarterfinals, it's not going to make the cake.
Aira, nō reira, koera te whakamutunga o te kēmu nei. Wellington East, kua toa mā te iwa. Te kaumārua, te ono te kaumātoru o Rangiora, 72-63 over Rangiora High School. A close fought game, but as you say, in the end, only a small margin between them. Nō reira, kaua e tā wāhi e te iwi. Do not go far e te iwi. We'll be back soon on this court and across this amazing arena for the next round here from Palmerston North.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here, prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun, that's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, we're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu.
Hoops and Schools continues to deliver amazing opportunities for kids all over New Zealand, giving them access to basketball no matter where they are.
We're really grateful for having the Hoops and Schools program in Taranaki. We are bursting at the seams in terms of facilities. We have something like 100 plus primary and intermediate school teams. Providing these hoops to the kids fitted in with the whole growth of the game. I know that having these hoops in the schools will just support the whole program and see the future growth of the game.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit.
Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this.
Filling and saving feels good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Scored!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land. We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
No mai huki mai. Welcome back to Te Papaioa, Palmerston North for another clash here. We've got Pool D, Tauranga Girls College versus Ashburton College. Recent results, Tauranga Girls College played one game. They've beaten Takapuna Grammar 102-53, while Ashburton, same opponent, they lost to Takapuna Grammar 77-53. So going off those scores, Tauranga Girls College would be out and out favourites, but you never know in a small sample size. We'll head to some team lists. First for Tauranga Girls College, we've got Palas Hokianga, who's already represented her country at the Senior Women's Open level. Story Sadler, Grayson Parahi, Ruby Jones, Aaliyah Barton, Jayla Tiki. Jayla's a reserve for the Junior Tall Ferns. Anna Lynch, Kaya Kiriyama, Vei Uku-Uso, Ali Fowler, and Minuiti Liha, coached by James Partia. And for the ladies in red, Ashburton College, as they come into their huddle a lot earlier than Tauranga College, we have Katie Cochran, Abby Cochran, Yasmin Larry, Taylor Lamont, Mackenzie Goodfellow, Lucy Pierce, Casey Cousins, Tia Double, Georgia Abernethy, and Isla Moffat, coached by Summer Anderson. Our referees on screen, both from Harbour Basketball. We've got Austin Pickard and Toby Morgan. And we're a minute from tip-off here. Again, in this Pool D clash, both teams' second game of the tournament. Looking to affirm their identities and progress towards getting out of their pool. Just before we get started, we'll take some time to thank our sponsors. Our major partner here for this week is Foot Locker. Our broadcast partner, Whakaata Māori, who we thank, are broadcasting 4 to 12 games a day over 3 courts. The host association is Basel 102. The venue is Central Energy Trust Arena here in Te Papaioa. And our funding partners, New Zealand Community Trust, 4 Winds, Lion Foundation, New Zealand Carbon Farming, partners, Sport New Zealand, Moulton, Bailey's, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Celtics, Apollo Projects, Sport 102, Glory League, GJ Gardner, Palmerston North City Council, and Spiny, and New Zealand Sport Collective. Without all those aforementioned companies and organisations, this kaupapa would not go ahead, as we see a number of teams from all over the motu taking on each other. In this clash in front of us, we've got Ashburton from the South Island and Tauranga Girls College from the Bay of Plenty. Good to go here for the tip. Ruby Jones, Yasmin Larry would do the honours of the jump ball. Ashburton control the first possession. It's my co-commentator, Fashion Me Late, Zeb Nicklin, is about to put the headset on. Larry going to work underneath. And the first huddle will be committed. Ruby Jones. Little can caught in the cookie jar. Zeb.
Double Dan, nice to be with you here this afternoon. Apologies for my lateness. Myself and Miles just finished calling the game next door between Te Kurakapua Māori, Orua Mata, and Hill Norton. Te Kurakapua Māori came out on top, so they'll proceed within the tournament. But good to be here with you, my friend.
The game must either started late or you've had a heck amount of fouls.
Oh, yes. Each team was in foul trouble every single quarter. They're in the bonus quite early, but now kei moe te aroaro koe nei kapa e rua. Ashburton me Tauranga.
Jayla Tiki of Te Kora Whiwhi Toru open up the account for the Tauranga Girls College.
Got any scouts on either of these teams and how they've done so far within the tournament.
We covered that before you turned up. So Tauranga girls undefeated. Both teams only played one game each. And the same opponent, Takapuna Grammar, Tauranga winning by 51 points, while Ashburton losing by 22 to Takapuna. A couple of standouts for Tauranga Girls College. Palas Hokianga already represented the Tall Ferns.
Any relation to Kane?
I don't think so. Although potentially because she originally was from the Bay before moving up to the Bay of Plenty. And then Jayla Tiki, she was a reserve for both the under-16 girls who are currently competing in Malaysia, who narrowly went down to China last night. And she's also the reserve for my Junior Tall Ferns team.
Awesome. Well, kare kore whanaunga, Feliz Hukianga kia Kane Hukianga, tērā whānau nui, e whanaunga huki ki au tērā whānau, no mohaka no roto mai o Ngāti Pāhau Wera. So no doubt they're related. And here we go, carrying on with action there, turnover there, unforced. Nice left-hand layup there.
Parahi. Tauranga girls got some nice length about them. Not many girls teams would be as long as what these girls are across the board.
Are you familiar with any of the coaches of either of these teams, Double Dan?
No, not personally. Not personally. I've seen a few of them around, but I don't know them. There's Palas Hokianga. Brings up the ball.
Looks like they're playing a bit of a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, pretty passive 2-3 zone, which could be dangerous with the outside shooters of Tauranga girls.
Wide open look there.
Koro Fifi Toru in and out of the tapa. Larry there for the offensive. Turapa. In the second, Hara committed. Jayla.
Mai ana, ki te kēnui tēnei wā, number 5. Is that Tauranga in blue? Yes, number 5. Looking for a name here. Aliyah Barton into the game now. Looks like a pretty young team.
Yeah, I certainly know Palace is year 13, while Jayla Tiki year 12. Unsure about all their teammates, however.
Moving the ball quite freely here. Great look. Unfortunate.
Now, I'm sure in your illustrious career, Zev, that you've played on this court, well, the courts with these double rims.
Yes, not the best
many a
to shoot
time.
on.
What kind of advice would you give these girls, these ladies, to be more efficient in this hoop? Because I've seen a lot of shots missed, both commentary this week and my time coaching, because the double rims require a little bit more touch.
Accuracy,
Yeah,
yes.
a little bit more touch, a little bit more arc.
Yeah, no, you did right, Dan. Great point. And, you know, I thought, well, now some of these coaches should have figured that out, that these aren't shooting rims and they should be adjusting their offense accordingly and maybe trying to look inside a bit more, get a bit more movement inside and try and plug, you know, look down low and get some scores. And even on the fast break, you know, get some fast break points, some easy buckets.
Early timeout for Tauranga girls, who clearly have seen something that they're not happy with, so they'll address in the timeout. But you're right, we played a couple of finals for my school team over the last 3 weeks on this court 5, which we hadn't played on all season. And the first game we shot awfully, and the second game we were a bit better, but you certainly need a little bit of extra arc and a little bit of extra touch to have any kind of success from the outside. So it's something to be cognizant of, because this court will, I believe, host at least a quarter-final, if not a couple. And if you haven't played on it prior, leading up to it, might trip a few teams up come quarter-final afternoon, which will be Thursday.
Yes, so yeah, great observation. You know, you are local, so you do know these rims in and out. But as alluded to, you know, these coaches really need to be aware moving forward. Ki te ana rā tātou nāne, ki mai ana, ngā kapa ki te papa, ki haere punu ai te kākaro, no rei tēnei wā, ki a Tauranga Girls, te Pauro.
Been informed by one Mel Bennett that Grayson, Parahi and Story Sadler, year 13 as well as Palace. And Story and Grayson are also development players with the Fly. So a lot of experience here on this Northland, sorry, on this Tauranga Girls College team as they look to be, thought it was a 1-3-1 zone for a second, but just a bit passive there. As they're banked in, Koro Fifu Toru, Ashburton take the lead. Stop the game, says the coach.
She looks surprised there herself. Hitting it off the bank, nice.
Straight back. Can see why Parahi is part of the Fire setup. That was a nice looking jumper, and she's got some length about her.
Go to work down there. I don't think there's anyone down there who can stop her if she gets her feet under her.
Nice fast break. Give it up early, get it back. Unselfish basketball. Double, tier double, surveying. Moves across the court. Cousins out of the low post. Back to double. Left hand. And it's good. Caught a little bit out of stance there, Story Sadler on the basketball.
Easy went around her there. Nice handle there. Just in total control.
Sadler penetrating. Oh, nice back door.
Nice.
Back of their zone, court ball watching.
Just a look at the eye. Told her to go back door.
Eyes tell lies. Larry diving into the post, asking for it. Got a bit of a mismatch. Cousins not ready for it. Double again. And out of bounds off Hokianga. Sub here. We'll see Goodfellow into the game for the first time. Relieving Cousins of her
needs
duty.
to receive that ball down there with that size advantage she's got there.
She's asking for it.
Here we go.
Drop step.
Too easy.
And one. Yeah. Difficult matchup for Bukuso. You'd think, well, if this lineup that Tauranga Girls got on the floor, you'd probably put Parahi on Larry, discourage kind of any pass, and then if they do throw it in, give her a gap, wall up. If she makes a layup, she makes a layup. But you don't want to get yourself into any unnecessary foul trouble.
Maybe trying to save her. I don't know what the strategy is, but you're right. She seems to be the biggest person not prepared. Wahine on their team.
Did a great looking shot. Parahi. Baseline zone out of bounds. Little up screen, probably shoot through the gap and then step into the space.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great shoot.
Hokianga.
Very little play there. Off the inbound.
Professional basketballer. Tauranga Whai for the last couple of seasons. Already a tall fern.
Nice find there. Gonna make those.
It's a tough thing with Larry underneath with her size. She might miss the first shot, but get the offensive tūrapa.
And she moves well too, moving those feet on defense.
Parahi with a negative step in the corner, a bit of a coach killer. Then he'll be able to sweep the left or right foot forward, so step out of bounds. Double, surveying. Abernathy, oh, nice pass. Mishandled by Goodfellow. Hokianga. Oh, the right idea, just to, probably needed a little bounce pass. Would have liked that one back as Tauranga have a 15-13 lead just over halfway through the first quarter here on court 4. Pool D matchup. Bit of pressure here. Tiki back in.
Flashing to the top there. Desmond. Now should be calling for the ball back. I would if I was there. But now we see there's a matchup change. And Parahi has now been tasked with that.
Much better defense by Tauranga, and they get a good, clean, fast break. Story Sadler, the beneficiary of the left-hand layup.
Nice pace game at the moment.
Larry thinks better of the dribble penetration. Cochrane. Abernathy. Great pressure defense by Palace. Should have been a jump ball. She's calling for it.
Oh,
but Tauranga girls will stop playing. Larry makes the layup. Tiki. Extra. Almost too unselfish there. I thought Hokianga should have shot that. There we go. She knew better than what we did.
Great looking shot.
Let's see some of these what you'd expect to be bunnies around the hoop rimming out with these double rims. Ball screen. Tier double. Long to Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
Oh, nice cut. Great pass there. Unfortunate in the finish. I don't know what she's doing there. She rushed it, maybe slipped out of her hands. So Ashburton with the ball at the moment. Great box out. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Tier double. Makes the triple. And nice punch screen in transition. But Ukuso. And then the pull up off the glass from Hokianga.
Bit of half-court pressure here.
Sadler caught a little bit out of position there. She didn't think her offensive player was going to dribble, and then a little bit late and commits the hara. Kai Kiriyama enters the game for the first time.
Tonua e te kaiako i tana whetū, a Phyllis ki te kōrero. Hea hapea kei te haere. He aki ki ai, e au wari ake. Ka rau te mōhio, hoe no, haere tonu ana te kēmu. Free throw shot there, sunk.
19 all. Ashburton doing really well. Like on paper, you'd look at these two teams, you're like, okay, Tauranga should comfortably win. But small thing, small game sample size. You've got some awkward rims. You've got a unique player with Larry with her size down low. And when Ashburton have been able to set their zone, as much success as Tauranga girls would like, as Tiki misses everything on that Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt.
As Desmond takes a bit of a breather. Well in. Great time too to take a break, because you'll get the 1 minute 46 and also the break there in between the quarter. So good strategy there by the coach.
Summer Anderson for Ashburton. Tier doubles, a pocket pick from behind as Hokianga out on the break.
With ease, nice and easy, relaxed. Moving those feet, great defense.
Ashburton just a little bit out of control in these last couple of possessions, leading to some easy opportunities for Tauranga.
With a half-court pressure here again. They easily find their way out of that, Ashburton.
Deep, Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Lamont.
Pai tēnā Makawhiwhi. Great assist there, seeing her teammate cut to the hoop. Finds her. or the easy two.
Sadler, the own offensive tūrapa.
Oh, nice little kick out there of the left hand, unfortunately with the shot.
Parahi just standing there and just like thinking to himself, why aren't these shots going in? Just having a moment. Double ball carrying duties. Cochrane. Abernathy. Kora Fifi Toru.
Great looking shot.
Yeah, it was a nice little lefty jumper. Tiki ball kind of slips out of her hands and no foul. Story Sadler just asking the refs, hey, can we stop the game? There's a bit of a wet patch under the hoop.
Nice little pull up there.
2-1 Hokianga. Left off the tapa. Well, tie ball game after the first quarter.
Aye, great fast start to this game, up and down. Really seeing some variation on offense and a little bit of half-court pressure there. Tokenistic, maybe just try and slow them down. So good to see.
Yeah, I think, look, very different styles of play. Ashburton, when it goes slow, they're in 2-3 zone. Tauranga girls haven't really hit many Kotawhiwhi torus yet offensively. They're either Ashburton are shooting Kotawhiwhi torus or trying to get the ball into Larry. Whereas Tauranga girls would probably prefer to get the long D boards or even turnovers and get out into transition. And perhaps, you know, first game of the day, you know, it's late in the afternoon, just taking a little time to wake up. Sometimes when you're away from home on these long road trips and all you're doing is sitting around in the motel or wherever your accommodation is, it just takes a little bit of time to get going.
Tikato double down, great point. You're sitting around all day and you get a bit fidgety. You just want to get on and play the game, and it's their first game of the day too. So, and as you mentioned earlier, they've only played, this is their second game. So, you know, some teams so far have already played 4, and this is their second. Am I right there?
Yeah, because on the girls' side there's only 20 teams, so boys' side there's 24 teams. So the girls will play 4 games in the first 3 days before they move into 2 versus 3 quarterfinals on the end of Thursday. So if they go 1 today, 1 tomorrow, these 2 teams will have 2 games each on Thursday. And it's just the way it works out.
The game I just called actually between Te Kurikawa Māori or Ruamata, that was their first game of the day, and they'd only played 1 game yesterday. Went down to Westlake. You know, that was a score of 300, playing against a score of 3,000.
Yeah, that's...
You know, so I mean, to be here is an achievement, but they're not here just to make up numbers. They're here to compete, and they won that last game, so, you know, we'll see. We're back to this game and this action. Turnover straight off the bat.
You'd like to see Tauranga just be a little bit more disciplined with their passing against their zone. There's Larry unfortunate not to get that foul, and if Ashburton are not getting the offensive tūrapa, Tauranga tend to be in transition quite often. Parahi anticipating the pass well, and she'll get an uncontested layup. 4-point lead here for Tauranga girls.
So with this zone here, they want to offset. And it's a man actually now. So here we see to the hoop, unstoppable, just unfortunate there on the outcome. Nice defensive play there by Yasmin, getting that ball.
Yeah, when Ashburton's defense is set, they're doing a good job of forcing turnovers. Which we're seeing 8-second call here. But it's, hey, if you've got no good D-trans, it's just layup, layup, layup. Yeah. So whether they're shooting Kotawhiwhi torus or it's Larry on the inside, now I've got a next job to do. I either need to tag up or get back on defense so we can get set up like they are in this 2-3 zone currently. Parahi, long of the tapa.
Oh, nice little jumper there in the lane after the offensive rebound.
Hokianga, she's a tall friend for a reason.
Yeah. The jump shot looks like that man, Kane Hokianga, so she must be a relation.
Abernathy. Nice looking jumper. I think she's a bit of a shooter from the way she's confidently getting up.
Right idea with the pass, but fortunately for Ashburton, they got a hand in the lane and tipped their ball out.
As we see Isla Moffat entering for her first action. Cousins will take a break.
See what play they come up with here.
Oh, nice little seal. Screen in the seal. Parahi. 2 shots, free throw line.
Now this is new to me, seeing these teams have a bit of a convention, if you like, having a hui before they now go in and line up. I've been away from this game only for about 3 years, and you know, this has obviously happened over the last 3 years where every first shot of the free throw line they have a bit of a hui.
Yeah, I think you just get together and hey, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? What do we need to? What are we missing? What can we focus on? And it's a chance for leaders of the team to get together and you know, talk about what's going on without having the coach interfere. And if you can empower your players to do that, it's another way to just be a bit more organised in the group.
Nice looking shot.
23 all to start the quarter. It's now 34-23. 11-0 run from Tauranga girls. Again, second quarter of action is double steps through.
Oh, nice find there.
And fresh off the bench, Moffat. First points of the quarter for Ashburton College.
I just get a bit of a feeling that, you know, at any stage here, this game can really open up for Tauranga. I feel that at any stage they can really take this game by the horns.
Tiki, Kurawhiwhi Toru, long. Third chance for Tauranga girls. Parahi starting to get frustrated. She's getting the shots up and like all the right shots to take. She's been open, it's just not dropping.
Again, as you mentioned earlier, those rims, they're not shooting rims. And any shooter out there knows what I'm talking about when you say they're not shooting rims, but they are double rims, which makes them even worse. I'm not going to harp on about that. As we see Tauranga with the ball on the sideline.
Parahi, not ready to shoot it. Story Sadler. Short off the tapa. Hokianga. Sadler, shot clock one down. Great cut. Great cut. That's the thing you get in zones, like everyone ball watches. So if you can cut at the right time, you're getting some wide open looks.
As you see in this replay, you see this cut.
Look, all 5 of Ashburton are like ball, and then Parahi right down the lane and one.
And it doesn't take skill, it actually takes a bit of mental capacity to understand the game and watch what the defense is doing. And as you see them look away from you, you make your cut and you find yourself wide open.
Kiriyama in for Ruby Jones, Tauranga Girls College. Oh, you feel that air conditioning kicking in. She's a bit of a mild, muggy day in Palmerston North. Makes the court a little bit slippery as this air conditioning takes hold. We should see less slippages. Abernathy shapes the shoe to a double. Long on the Kurawhiwhi Toru and
nice find.
Kiriyama. Hokianga racking up the assists.
Hokianga Ashburton ki te ki te puna, ki a Yasmin. So I think they need to return to their well. Yasmin hasn't been involved too much thus far in this part of the game, this part of the quarter. I felt like they're missing out on an opportunity there. They're getting sped up on offense and failing to actually find her down low where they can get an easy basket.
First time out from Ashburton. Just as you're saying, Zeb, that they're getting sped up a bit. Perhaps Summer Anderson will address that here in the timeout for Ashburton College. As it's gone from 23 all to 39, 23, a 16-2 run in the first 4 minutes. A lot of that coming from defense turning into offense, whether it be from turnovers or some defensive boards. And then a couple of good cuts by Parahi against the zone.
So as we see now, the coach of Ashburton, Summer Anderson, talking to her troops on the sideline there, giving them some advice. So she had to stop the bleeding there, and with that timeout call, now talking about some adjustments that need to be made. So let's hope ka hoki mai ana Ashburton ki te papa ka panoni te rautaki kia whaihua ai anō ai rātou.
Plenty of other action going on down here at Central Inland Trust. From our vantage point, we can see Whitby College of the Single A girls taking on Te Kura Kaupapa Uraumata, currently leading 28-21, and on the far court, Shirley boys playing Francis Douglas in Double A boys action. Shirley boys up 28-16. Abernathy. Tauranga in their own zone now. Larry gets a good, solid look at the rim. Cochrane long on the jumper. Jayla with the active hands. Jayla Tiki.
Quick on the shot.
Just can't get anything to roll in the hoop. Fast break. Oh, almost the hoop. Younger a bit short. Double surveying. Abernathy, great anticipation. Kiriyama just can't quite save it inbounds. Awkward spot to inbound from. Deep in those corners. They do a good job getting it in. Larry available.
Oh, she let them off the hook there with that one. They seem to be in a little bit of trouble there. With Hoki Young anticipating that pass being thrown.
Give them another 14 seconds on the shot clock. Double 1-3-1 zone. Box and one.
Nice pass. Straight up. Nice.
There we go, Larry. Get a chance to set up their defense now as well for Ashburton. Sadler on the left wing, cross court. Hokianga.
Oh, beautiful shot. Textbook looking.
Koro Fifi Toru. Bucket. Cochrane. Jory Moffat. Cochrane. Double. Floater.
Oh, just rushed that.
Some good looks Ashburton are getting. It's just not going in. Good anticipation by Sadler. Oh. Bit of fanciness on the break. Behind the back for Story Sadler. Abernathy. Short.
Off to the races here.
Hokianga. In and out of the tapa. Abernathy decides to drive, earns herself a trip to the free throw line.
Great attack there. She knew that was on. As soon as she received that ball, she was off.
Tiki the foul.
Number 11, Kate, in the game, as well as number 9, Mackenzie, joining in on the action. Kariu, reire kutai kei te toi, a ke nepea. Ka whai pero tonu I tēnei.
Now this is my 4th game here on court 4, and I've noticed a trend. I haven't started studying it yet, but there's significantly higher free throw percentage on the left-hand side, so it'll be Tauranga's hoop, as opposed to the right-hand side at the moment for Ashburton. And I'm wondering where if you got depth perception is different, but particularly when the rounds are about to change, you get a lot more people walking underneath the hoop while you're shooting your free throws. So I might have to start studying that as we go on, because I think there's an advantage if you're going this way in the second half. Probably make a few more free throws.
But that sort of relate to just a question. You know, when you watch cricket and the bowlers, right in the distance, they have the blind, the black one and the white one, depending on the ball they're using. Sort of relates to that.
Yeah, like if there's nothing going past it and it's the same distance as what you're used to shooting on, you feel comfortable. Usually we're used to this blue screen going here, but now there's a tent, there's a lot more movement, and just those, even though if you're not concentrating, it's still like, I guess, subconscious distractions, whereas if we look down here, there's no people, there's just signs, the wall's there.
Great point.
But we've got no empirical data to back that up as we see the step through and offensive tūrapa. So 2 koroto tokus for Barton, I believe. Short off the tapa. Aaliyah Barton. Sporting the blue ribbon of Tauranga girls.
So this, you know, it's growing this lead. We're almost at a 20-point deficit. And as mentioned earlier, I sort of had a feeling, I called it, you know, that at any stage here, this Tauranga team really quite elite. And really sort of just not toying, but actually finding easy buckets and finding it easy to score. It might be a good opportunity for them to actually start trying new things in preparation. I know it's early to call that, but I mean, you know, being it's a long week, wouldn't go past me that that these coaches start thinking about things like that.
Another hara committed by Tiki, and sometimes, you know, in high school sport, you play to the level of your opponent. It is hard, naturally hard to maintain standards. You know, if you're playing against a really good team, you're locked in, ready to go. But, you know, subconsciously, if you're playing an inferior, you're like, oh, yeah, you know, we just turn up and just do our normal thing and come away with it. And sometimes it takes a little bit of mental fortitude, or maybe a little bit of a tune up from the coach to, hey, we need to lock in here and make sure that we're working on our habits, getting better while taking care of business.
Can't agree with you more there, Double Dan. And, you know, it also could be an opportunity to actually give the bench a bit of a run and rest up players in preparation for a long week. Not anticipating a result here at all, but just an observation. Still early days.
You know, I think that's the big thing, right? You got to manage bodies and minutes while still getting better, building your habits. And if you do have a winnable lead, okay, can we work on something we're not quite good at yet that we perhaps might use come Friday, Saturday? And that's the biggest thing, because pool play tends to lead to some bigger margins of victory or defeat. before we get into our crossovers, which tend to be more competitive matches as teams find their like-for-like opponents. As we've got 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter, court 4 here at Te Papaioa, Palmerston North, Central Energy Trust Arena. Pool D action, Tauranga Girls College. A 16-point lead. It's the classic swing play. Trying to run a, looks like a bit of a UCLA screen against the zone. Strong rebound by Larry. Abernathy loves a quarter whiwhi toru. Can't get him to drop.
Tēnā koe hoa, e tikana pēr ki tēnei wā, ki te whakamiha, ki te hunga kai tautoko, pēnei whakata Māori, Bailey's Real Estate, Celtics, a number of sponsorships to enable this beautiful game of ours to be televised to you. So tēnā koutou katoa, I tā koutou tautoko mai tēnei tōna mana.
Nice little pass there. Here comes Parahi. Barton takes the contact. Let's finish back out to 18. Hokianga putting the pressure on double. Abernathy, quarter whiwhi toru. Right, off the top
Not shy shooting net, good on it. Shooters will shoot. And if they miss, they should keep shooting, especially if they're open.
Iverson running the Iverson series. So the screener goes over top underneath against the zone. Ashburton with likely to be the last shot here. Small differential between shot clock and game clock. Cochrane.
Great defense, sliding those feet.
The scrappy last possession was stolen by Hokianga and then stolen straight back.
Let's see what they do here for the last 9 seconds. I imagine Hokianga is going to go to work.
Parahi turns down the 3, takes a much tougher 2, but it goes in. It does not matter, and that will cap an impressive quarter by Tauranga Girls College. We see the replay here. She's been shooting those shots all day, but she says, you know what? I'll take the 2 and we'll square the lead off at 20. Impressive second quarter in a tie ball game. Now they're up 20 here at Central Energy Trust. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll see what Ashburton can conjure up in the second half. Ka kite.
Hi, I'm Andrea from Chemist Warehouse, and we're so excited to be here to launch the initiative Hoops in Schools. We so hope our tamariki enjoy basketball as much as we do. I like my free hat! Yeah!
Hi, my name is Riley, and I like these hoops because it's a great opportunity for us to learn how to play basketball. Hoops because everyone has fun, and then thank you Chemist Warehouse, thank you basketball. Thank you Chemist Warehouse!
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once, we're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change, side by side, with nature, with each other, through research, investment, and practical innovation. Because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
Oh, why are you ruining it for, Joe? Hurry up, come back here.
No, just because you're not tall enough to get on the top.
No, my hooky, my welcome back to Central Energy Trust Arena. AA Nationals Pool D matchup. Tauranga Girls College, Ashburton College. Tauranga tied 23 all after the first quarter. Put on a clinic in the second quarter. What can Ashburton do to get back in this ball game? My co-commentator, Zeb Nicklin.
Well, my humble opinion, I think they need to go back to the well a little bit more in terms of feeding the ball to Yasmin Larry. But she's been double teamed. I mean, the shots look good from the outside and they're nice clean looks, but they're just not hitting those at the moment. So that'll be my first thing on the defensive end. Just getting back would be because Tauranga girls seem to be getting up and down quite quickly. So they need to secure the boards to prevent that fast break.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd agree. I think their biggest thing is if they don't score, that Tauranga are getting out in transition, and so regardless of the shot they take, they've got to either choose to tag up or sprint back. It can't be stand there, oh, I hope that shot goes in. Oh, crap, they missed. They're out of the fast break. And to your point about going back to the well, going back to Larry, yes, absolutely. We need to get the ball inside more. How can they be creative? They're struggling to get solid wing catches, to get angles in. So can you free up a wing catch, then maybe set a cross screen or an angle screen for Larry to roll in the post and just get her some cleaner advantage. Abernathy looks to have a nice jumper. Georgia, they just won't go in, so maybe the change of ends will help her and she can knock down some kura whiwhi torus. As Ashburton will start with the basketball here.
Yeah, and as you pointed out earlier, in regards to this end being more on the data that your eyes have told you, not the empirical data which you haven't done yet, they might find the ball falling more often. I'm going to look for an offensive foul there. Bit of a hook, which really wasn't needed at all because she was past her man, her woman, sorry, her defender.
See a double up top. Lamont. Here's Larry in the post. Good, quick, strong move. Caught the ball in a bit of angle. Ruby Jones has her hands held there. Great catch from Parahi. Can't get that jump hook to go. Oh, bit of a surprise attack there by Hokianga. Forces double into the errant pass, which goes into the Tauranga bench. Tiki. Hokianga. Sadler.
Oh, nice.
Pretty basketball. Ball didn't even touch the ground.
No.
Double. Abernathy. Koro Fifi Toru.
There we go. It's this end that you spoke about earlier. Oh, great look.
They have to rebound though, Ashburton. If they're going to force Tauranga to some misses, you don't want to give them second or third cracks. But it's good sight to see for Ashburton College, knocking down Koro Fifi Toru.
Double 10, do you mind expanding to the people at home? You spoke about it earlier, the tagging up. What are you referring to there and what do you mean?
So I guess tagging up is a concept to do two things. Either get extra offensive rebounds, or if you don't get the offensive rebounds, you're there to play transition defense. If you think about in a half-court possessions, you've usually got the offensive team on the outside, but and then a defensive player between yourself and the hoop, regardless of who has the ball. And so when the shot goes up, the offensive team who would be transitioning into defense, instead of just running back, they will go seek contact on the player guarding them, high side, and then you're already ready to play transition defense. Now, if I'm up on the perimeter and you're in between me, I go tag up, but you choose to leak out, I'll just go with you. And so the defensive player looks up, well, I'm not going to kick it head to Z because there's a player right there, they're just going to steal it. And so all of a sudden, well, there's not really no kicky heads. As the ball moves, people will move into their help side responsibilities. Now there's no driving lanes, and all of a sudden, we've stopped their fast break.
So it's sort of a new term, but not a new idea, because when the ball does go up, you should be seeking your man immediately, right? But I guess now it's more focused. But anyway, returning back to this game.
Yeah, every team does it slightly differently. Like some might have rules where all five must tag up. Some might, hey, if you're below the old dots or below the three-point line, you have to go tag up, where the others get a bit of free reign. As we see a Koro Fifi Toru by Teki.
Yasmin there, hobbling off to the sideline there with a timeout called.
But yeah, it's a concept you have to work on, because if your players haven't done it from a young age, they're like, oh crap, I've got another job to do, I've got another job to do, I've got another job to do, and you have to remind them. And when you do it well, it's really effective, and when you don't do it well, you're like, well, that's the reason why we've given up an easy basket or we're under pressure from the get-go. As we check out some of the other action around the courts, Whitby College holding a strong lead over Te Kuriko Papauromoti, and on the far court, Shirley boys at half-time are up 51-31 over Francis Douglas.
So Shirley boys, I saw them yesterday play Rosmini, and I'm not too sure what the result was in the end, but when I was watching, they were up. And so are they a bit of a black dog, they're a bit of a surprise?
Oh, I don't think so. They won the Canterbury comp.
Okay.
And I can't remember if they ended up winning the Zone 4 Premiership. So this certainly would be, like my top three on the boys' side would be Christ, Shirley and Napier boys. I think one of those three would win it. I do think the next tier of teams can easily upset them, though. It's not clear cut that those three will win it. But yes, I was on the call yesterday for that Rosmini game. It was a fascinating battle. Rosmini got in a lot of foul trouble, which really hampered them from getting back into the game. They made a late run at the end, but Shirley boys is too much. As we see some shots of Larry getting some attention, maybe just bang the knee with some tendonitis as she puts her strap back on, as we see another fast break layup from Tauranga girls. Pushing the lead out to 22 here as we third quarter runs on. Abernathy can't get the next quarter Fifi Toru to go.
Right shot to make at that point of time. Unfortunate with the result. As we see now, nice little cut there. Kick out. Great team basketball. A little flick of the wrist there of the left hand.
Tiki a little off with the Korowhiwhi Toru, but teammates right there to take care of the offensive tūrapa.
Really starting to see the class of this Tauranga girls team play at the moment.
Abernathy shaping to shoot, goes through it, right hand, back to the left. Nice little fill-in behind by Lamont. She gets the bank shot to go. Sadler. Korowhiwhi Toru. Great looking shot.
All of these girls of the team got great looking shots. Number 11 there, not seeing the ball.
Out of bounds of Ashburton. Subs in. Kiriyama and Barton. And for Tiki and Sadler. 25-point lead here, Tauranga girls. Slowly creeping away. Parahi on the cut.
Sorry, excuse me.
Oh. Another Korowhiwhi Toru. Nothing but net. Seen a number of these girls from the Tauranga girls teams make some outside shots. Larry's back in the game. Barton. Kiriyama. Rebound by Double. Kicky hit to Larry. Oh, unlucky. You always want to reward the big for running the floor. Follows up her miss with her own offensive tūrapa in the putback.
So they're sitting there 2-3 zone. Not too sure about that.
Not the way that they're shooting now.
No.
Certainly in the first quarter when they had trouble making some Korowhiwhi Torus, but now.
Yes, need to make that adjustment.
Left hand drive, the right cross, one hand scoop. Hokianga and one.
Just pure class.
Chance to convert the three-point play with the quarter Totoku.
Nice. Good way to beat the press. Move their ball.
Hokianga calling out the play calls. Rahi. Barton on the inside, mismatch. Probably not where you want your smallest player to be up against Larry.
No, that's right.
Ruby Jones back in. Just ticked over halfway here in the third quarter. Tauranga in complete control. Getting a great chance to work on their zone offense here. Friendly roll for Parahi. See a double. Middle ball screen. Abernathy. Double. Moving the ball, looking for Larry on the inside. Double. Shot clock winding down.
Put it up shortly.
Here's Abernathy. Great defense from Tauranga, perhaps their best yet. If it wasn't for the steal, it's going to be a shot clock violation. Hokianga with the putback. And the trap. Jump ball. Go to Tauranga girls.
Pai ngā kōtero, he mahi poko pakaru, mo te pauro. Tiro mai nei ki te tukurua. Double team trap there. Great trap without fouling.
Yeah, usually if you come in behind, like Hokianga did, you tend to get the referee calling reaching fouls, but whether or not you get their arm or not, So I think a good call from the ref to call that a jump ball, and it ends up being positioned towards Tauranga Girls.
There we go. Don't give an easy bucket.
Abernathy with the right. Too strong. Cross court. Behind the back. Whoa, I thought she was going to be a little trickery there, Hokianga.
Great. Not shy at shooting their shot, and good reason not to.
Toru Fifi Toru. Second one of the game, second one of the quarter for Abernathy.
Ai, mai waho.
Sadler says, what you can do, I can do better.
Let's see if there's another answer.
Larry, ball handling duties. Hokianga commits the hara.
Yeah, not too sure about their foul. A bit far away from the hoop. Maybe should have, you know, they're up quite a bit. No reason really there to foul.
It's a bit tough on Larry to have to run the floor, rebound, as well as do the ball handling duties. You want your guards to take care of that kind of business. Good screen. Abernathy tried to say, got your back story. Nice feed.
Way to fight for the rebound. Draws the foul there.
Yeah, two strong offensive two-uppers by Ashburton College. We see Isla Moffat earning a trip to the charity stripe.
Tēnei mai ho mā, ke tiki te ake ngā kaute, he nui te apatu I wainga nui, ene kapa e rua. He kapa kaunga, he kapa pakari, tēnei kapa ngā kōtero o tauranga.
Unfortunately there, Moffat misses both koroto tokus. And a good box out as Tiki lets the ball go out of bounds.
I probably would have grabbed that and put a stat on my name.
Never let a stat go to waste, eh, Mr. Nickel?
Right. Didn't get many in my time, so anyone I could get, I'd get.
Sadler misses the korofifi toru. Cochrane, Abernathy.
Nice little pull up here.
Fighting hard at the moment, Ashburton.
Aye.
Just gone a little unrewarded. There we go. Little pull up by Kate Cochrane. Here comes Hokianga though. That's the issue. That's what, for a while there, the tallbacks used to call those clapbacks. If you score, we're going to get the ball in. We're going to be right down there. And if you're not set up, we're just going to clap straight back. Tauranga Girls doing a great job of that in this game, not letting Ashburton set up their defence. Hokianga forces another jump ball.
She seems to be a bit of a smiling assassin, Hokianga. She's smiling, but she's playing as hard as they play. You know, she's relentless in her attack on defence.
Right hand floated by Abernathy.
Nice pass.
Ticket, shapes to shoot. Pull up. Another bucket. Cochrane. Surveying Abernathy. Larry on the inside, trying to get on the inside, but just too much traffic. You know, if I was the Ashburton coach, I'd go 4 around 1. Put a shooter in the corners, Abernathy or double up top to try and feed the post. But if you've got 2 posts in the air, it just clogs up the lane. This makes it too difficult to get clean entry passes in for your main target player.
You hook young toying with the ball there. Finding
negative step.
Bounds. Is that foot out of bounds?
Yeah, just on that shaping to shoot, and you change your pivot foot, and you take that negative step, which you just do not have enough room for in the corner. And that will do it for the third quarter, at least.
Ai, me ngā kaute, kei tiki te ake rā koutou, I te tino wehenga I wanganui e nei kapa, me mereka na kātika kia hoki mai ai, Ashburton ki roto I tēnei tākaro. So it's going to take a bit of a miracle if Ashburton want to make a comeback in this game. But we've seen these things happen, you know, wouldn't be too surprised, but at the same time, I would be.
Yeah, I mean, 25-point deficit, and you've only scored 49 through 3 quarters, so the maths doesn't really add up for you. What, if I'm Ashburton, okay, how do we want to play tomorrow and for the rest of the tournament? What can we focus on in this 10 minutes? That, hey, look, we've got a bit of positive momentum. We carry it into tomorrow morning's game, and we can start to kind of reaffirm our style of play. What I would like to see is to get only one person inside the paint, try and spread them out, and maybe have some creative ways that we could get Larry the ball. If they continue to have 2 post players or some spacing they're not really used to, it makes it really difficult to throw clean passes, particularly if Tauranga girls continue the pressure that they've placed on them.
Yeah, great point. Around trying to get their ball inside and feeding Yasmin Larry the ball, you know, they need to employ some trickery and what do you call it? What's the term they use? You make them think you're doing something, but you're actually just trying to get it down low.
A bit of reverse psychology, bit of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors, something like that. But yeah, be creative and feed the ball down low. I mean, that's where they've had most of their success.
Start to see the next round of teams stream in. We've got the Rangatoto girls walking past the end of the court for their 5:45 round matchup. 2 rounds to go on the day. We'll check the live stream cast for you. We have in the 5:45 round AU girls quarterfinal on Fly Palmy Arena, and another AU girls quarterfinal on court 3. And then our final game of the night will be A boys Pool B. Zeb's on the call with Greg Elliott with Hatapaora of the Manawatu up at Elam College on the show court.
Elam College, where's that?
I'm actually not sure. I've never even heard of it.
Is it Elam or Alf?
Elam, E-L-I-M.
Oh. It's interesting, some of the schools that you hear of now that you've never heard of before, particularly in the A grade.
Yeah, all the small schools there that you don't, if you go to a big public school or even private school, but if you don't play them in a sport, you just never hear of them.
But at the same time, you know, it's good to see all these different schools getting some experience here and exposure at this level.
I think that's what makes this tournament so unique. Even though we've got 2 divisions with A and double A and single A, we're all at the same tournament, and you kind of expand your horizons on, oh, there's more than just 8 schools in the Super 8, you know. You kind of only know what you know, so you learn more about your country and these other cities by coming to these major tournaments. As Larry gets called for a travel. I thought she almost went herself to a trip to the free throw line.
No, you did right, double down, and you get to see different styles too that you don't normally get to see when you're stuck in your own little bubble. You know, there's a lot of different styles of play, particularly between the South Island teams and the North Island teams. And I remember back in the day, only 16 teams used to go to nationals. Now, it seems like every man and your dogs here in terms of the schools.
Well, what, 24? Did you have double A, single A back in your day?
No, and it was just the top 16 schools in the whole of New Zealand. So it was actually a real tough tournament because every team was pretty strong.
Yeah.
You know, and every game was close. It might have been the odd game there where there was a big blowout, but for the most part,
Yeah, and nowadays you combine the numbers of both teams from single A and double A, and you're looking at 40 boys teams and 36, 28 girls teams.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of fundraising from the whānau, and you know, it's not cheap. So you know, got to acknowledge the families, the parents, and often you see parents here who have made the trip for the week and they're putting themselves up in a hotel for the week. So it's not cheap.
Yeah, absolutely, and like we have to acknowledge the cost on the families, but also all of our amazing sponsors. You know, Foot Locker's the major partner for this tournament, as we see Parahi knock down another Korowhiwhi Toru whakaata Māori, bringing these scenes so that if you couldn't make it up to or down to Te Papeoia and you're still around the motu, you get a chance to see your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, as we see the replay of Parahi's 3 in semi-transition come out the bottom of the net. And then all of our funding partners that allow the cost, not more of the cost is passed on to the teams, because everyone can acknowledge that it's getting more and more expensive. There are more and more tournaments, so the more that councils, arenas, funding partners, corporate partners can help out and take care of something, then everyone's grateful for it. So this kaupapa can go ahead.
Good, right, and you know, it's a no-brainer really for councils to come on board with this, because the influx of people in the area and the financial reward that creates for the community of Palmerston North is huge. Back to the game and the action here.
See Lamont earning a trip, a nice little duck and post up, kind of maybe perhaps they're working on some high lows, and foul committed by Barton. Lamont misses the first of the 2, the Rua free throws. Lane violation. We get a 3rd crack at the apple.
Minutes me te rua te kai mawhiti heku nei toi ana ki tēnei kēmu e hoa ngā. Nera tēnā koutou, e aro mai ana. Tēnei kapa I tēnei rangi. Hoki anga me te pauro.
Eyes tell lies, she's lining up Grayson Parahi in the corner. Dumps it off on the inside, and a nice find by Hokianga. Larry, bully ball, doesn't get it to go. Offensive two-upper. In herself, 2 trips to the Kuru Tau Tuku. The lead's out to 47 here, 100 to 53. Shade under 6 minutes to go. As we look around Arena 3 here at Central Energy Trust, we've got Whitby College and the single A girls in a comfortable position, 70-70-46 over Tukura Kaupapa Raumati, and on the far court, Shirley boys similar position, 90 to 58 over Francis Douglas and Memorial College of New Plymouth. As Tiki subs out, Kiriyama on the court. Mid-range. It's pure, isn't it? Oh. Between Parahi number 12 and Hokianga number 4. 2 different shooting techniques, but they're both just as pretty to watch.
Oh, look at that fight down low there. Not intimidated at all. Oh boy. Yeah, I think she's got away with one there, grabbing the singlet of.
Yeah, their right hand.
Esmond. She's up for the challenge. Bumping the cutter in the lane there.
Lamont, nice baseline drive. Floater game strong. Right back at you. Aaliyah Barton. Double, tier double to her left. Kick out. Lamont. And Parahi with the foul.
On the free.
3 quarter toe tokus.
So, you know, Tauranga started out a bit slow and now they're finishing strong, and it's a good thing to see because, you know, they're relentless and they haven't dropped their guard, and they're going to finish strong the way things are looking at the moment.
It just took them a little bit of time to find their rhythm, and once they did, you know, shot the lights out, particularly here in the second quarter. But they remain firm in their identity on how they want to play their basketball. And, you know, there's some stronger teams, Westlake girls, St Andrews, New Plymouth girls, Hamilton girls. There could be some good battles as we approach the 2 versus 3 playing games, or even the quarterfinals on Thursday. Yeah. Thursday's going to be an exciting day.
Can't wait to see those games.
Larry with the steal. Bully ball, and she gets it to go. She's done well. She's been consistent the whole game.
Just the opportunities haven't been they haven't been able to find you on a consistent basis.
Back on the break here, tier double after the Parahi miss. Abernathy just a little bit long. Hokianga slows things up. Calling for a screen. Floater game.
Oh, easy, too easy.
A little bit of a smile between the two.
There we go. Nice. I'm not too sure about that, but I hope we get a replay.
I think she just dropped the shoulder just a little bit too much. If you see here in the replay, it's just a little bit low. The angle doesn't do it as much justice, but if you're really low and you create that advantage, it's an easy call. If I'm not so low and I'm just a bit bigger, then that's not my fault. So I thought that was a good call.
Okay.
Not that it has an impact on this game.
She probably didn't need to do it either, did she? Because she had the size advantage. Nevertheless, we carry on here, all inside.
Good defense.
So credit to this team, Ashburton. They're not giving up.
No, they're still playing hard as we see mass substitutions for Tauranga Girls College. Annie Lynch getting on the court.
And it's a good time, it's a good test for the bench to see if they maintain that intensity and they maintain the lead and don't squander that lead a little bit. It's a good sign of a good bench when they come in and they can do that.
Yeah, I guess if you're out of the main rotation, you just want to come on and continue with those habits that the rotation has, so that you can show, hey coach, if you put me in a spot where the game's still in question, you can trust me to continue with the habits, to continue with the style of play.
That's right, and this is the opportunity to prove that to the coach. Well, they probably already have, so the coach, he's probably well aware of the abilities of these girls, but it's just another opportunity for them to say to the coach, yeah, I'm ready.
Off the foot of Sadler there. Ashburton will get the ball back. Ooh. Yeah. As we talk about earning the trust of the coach there, Aliha, who has played minimal minutes, commits a questionable foul, grabbing the shirt before the ball's even inbounded, which means free throws plus the ball back. Luckily, they're got a lead that it's not an important play, but
the coach now is talking to his girls, and it'll be good to be a fly on that ball right now. But you know, she got beat and she had to reach out and commit that foul. So she's got to be awake and eyes, peripheral vision.
Sideline out now for Ashburton College. Cochrane to her sister, perhaps. Stay with Tauranga. Sadler. Lynch. Back out to Sadler. Oh,
nice
beautiful pass. Pass it to where she's going to be, not where she is.
So they've kept one of their stars still in the game to, you know, to help her bench out there. With Story Sadler.
Sometimes those young players just need some direction, so you don't want to put them all in together. Keep them in there, as we see, because both number 16 Ruby Jones and Story Sadler number 8, they both started the game, so you got 3 younger players in with 2 more experienced players as free throws, although not reflected on the scoreboard. Should be 5 team fouls up there for Tauranga. Abby Cochrane at the line. Swish. First quarter Totuku goes. Friendly bounce for the second one.
Nice cut back door there. There for the rebound on the weak side.
4th offensive two-up, but Sadler says, hey, still it down. Let's get into our set.
Oh.
Yes, Ruby Jones. Probably still had about 6 seconds on the shot clock there.
Yeah, not a wise shot there, and I'm not sure if that is actually her shot.
Shapes to shoot. Right-hand drive, off balance. .96 seconds to go here. Tauranga after the first quarter showed their class. Put on a clinic of, hey, you're going to play our style of basketball, we're not going to play yours.
That's right. Step them up. Tere tā rātou mahi, tā rātou tākaro. Kore I tāia, I te kapo Ashburton, te rā momo tākaro te tākaro.
Foul was committed by Annie Lynch. This good fellow makes her first quarter Totuku. Tauranga girls up by 46 points, make their 45. Handful of possessions left in this ball game, Mr. Nicklin, and we'll be moving on to the 5:45 round, 2 rounds to go here at Central Energy Trust Arena.
Been a very long day here in Palmerston North at this tournament. But nonetheless, very exciting.
Got pool games still to be had on the AA, and as we mentioned before on the broadcast, brought to you by Whakata MāORI. They're into the quarterfinal actions of the girls single A.
Nice little two-man game there.
Sadler bringing the ball up. Under a minute to go now. See Rosmini getting ready to the left of the bench. Perhaps they'll on this court afterwards.
Oh, nice cut there off the screen. Oh, Rawe, nice take.
Kate Cochran with the fist pump afterwards. Says, finally I get something to go.
Huro ana, te paina ki aia. Her mates on the bench there. Supporting her. Little putback, unfortunate. No result. Nice long pass, outlet.
Floater game off the glass, and that will do it. Sadler will get the ball over halfway and dribble out the clock. Any final words, Mr. Nicklin, before?
Kyle, except I'm looking forward actually to see Tauranga play St. Andrews and Westlake, and good job from Ashburton not giving up, fought right to the end. No reira, tēnā kau te tiwi, mātaki mai nei o koutou kāinga, ka mihi kia whakata Māori, I tautoko mai I tēnei whakapāhotanga. Any last words from you, my friend?
Yeah, look, Tauranga look to have a nice style of play with some serious athletes, and they should be at the business end of the tournament. I guess thank you everyone coming out to watch, and tune in later this afternoon or tomorrow. Find that game that you want to watch, and hopefully Whakata Māori are producing it for us. Enjoy the evening.
Tēnā koe ho.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.